Welcome to Late Night with SaidFaction.
Welcome, everyone.
Salutations.
As you can see, we have a guest. We'll get to him in a minute. But first, Henry G. Marco.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy V-Day. Cheers to Marco. Lungbone, Knives Alive. Crispy Critter. Bama Ninja. I'm
Anna, mate, what's up?
Illuminati. Drew Dude.
Drizzy?
You said you read that in James Earl Jones, but I can't do his voice. A knife motor. Boy, I can't do it. Milton.
Stevie kind of has it.
Hold on. Maddie, try give it another attempt. Give it a good try.
A knife motor. Forged. I can't do it.
All right. Now, hold on. Before you get going, before you get too far behind. What if James Earl Jones was Dutch?
Dutch? I don't know. What if?
What if James Earl Jones was Australian? Stevie?
Yeah.
Bong and a blintz.
Ba-doing.
What are you talking to be?
What are you talking to be?
Lana, hello. You were from last night, I believe.
Lana, made good on coming through. Lana was hanging out at the Honey Bucket last night. I said, come on over to Matt's Faction for Late Night with SaidFaction. Look at Lana. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Neil, YouTube. Shady, Gerbs.
You know what?
Lancelot. Constantine, how you doing? Paul Mills. Addicted to Blades 2. Kathleen, good evening. I'm going quick so we can immediately jump into this. Mark Pax, how you doing? Mr. Stoots, Joseph, 15 months. Do you have a coin, Joseph? But thank you, Joseph. 13 months.
Joseph.
P&W. He's pooping on his own now.
The solo pooper.
Solo pooper. He does not EDC his poop anymore. Danger zone. Drink water. Real 210.
Real.
Titanium Justin. Who's tattoo? Oh, he's talking about that is our tribute to our lovely, wonderful Winchester.
Winchester, you're out there. Set your phases to stunning on behalf of Winchester.
The first time Stevie showed me that tattoo, I laughed so hard.
We all did.
Couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. Oh. But anyway, everyone, hello. Channel members, welcome and thank you. Non-channel members, welcome and thank you. 12 months for Real 210.
And for those of you that ain't even here,
I'll get you a poker chip.
Suck it.
I love fried chicken.
Who doesn't like fried chicken, right?
Milton,
I'll jump right into it.
Well, Milton asked, so I was just going to show it. This is for tomorrow. I don't have anything currently here that's been snipped, but this is on the docket for tomorrow.
That's that fake Aries.
The Cubitidius.
That's the real Aries. I will too, Cole.
What up, Longbone? Here's something that's been snipped. That's the first mod that I got done from Paul. And I just realized I haven't sent you any of those knives yet. I even have a...
No, you have not.
I even have a knife that Joe won that said send to you. I'll pay for the mods and then give it away. And I've completely dropped the ball on that stuff, man. But
Horror movie. How you doing, buddy?
Holy Allures. What up, horror movie?
Troy the Muffo. How you doing, Troy?
How you doing, brother?
So those of you who might not know, but you probably do because you read his name, we have Paul on our live today. He wanted to come. He wanted to gift everyone a free knife.
He even said,
I gotta go.
Maddie was so excited. He said he would even give away his areas tonight.
That's the one that's getting. He sent it to me. That's the one that's getting snipped tomorrow, and it is a giveaway.
Yeah. Yep, Maddie. That's super cool of you, dude. I know you've tried to give that thing away like 1,000 times and have pulled back on it every single time. But tonight's the night, everybody.
People just don't want it.
Maddie's little way to say Happy Valentine's Day to all his.
If I had done the
out there.
videos, people would be all over it, but Arius, people are like, that ain't the real thing. Homer.
No,
Neil. They stay natural. To each their own, Neil. To each their own. I will say the Arius, I like it better without the tab. It's sleeker.
I like the mini areas. I've tried a mini areas non-flipper.
The mini has to be. It has to. It has to.
The flipper tab on the area doesn't bother me too much.
I like it. It doesn't bother me.
Okay, let me. Here's something that I don't know you've ever actually addressed on camera. What was the first knife that you picked up and you're like, this flipper tab's got to go? But what sent you down this obsession of lopping off flippers?
It was the titanium Biblio.
Oh, okay.
It was ass. Straight out of the box. Like, it was terrible. I had to do so many things to that knife. But that was the first one because the lock bar access was terrible. And the flipper would make it even worse. And then it would cause a double clutch. It was like, it was one of my first premium knives. And I was so excited to get it. And when I got it, I was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
Like, just terrible. So, like, I had to do a bunch of things to it, and that was, like, I did a flipper delete, I added lock bar access, I put skiffs in it, what else? A couple other things, but it was terrible right out of the box, and it made it EDC-able by doing those things. So, that was...
After that whole list.
The first one I did was on the Romette that you have. That was my first practice, and then it was the Biblio.
I was looking for that one just now, but I don't know where I put it. Mick Ranger, hello. The knife I have that I hate the flipper on the most is this guy. I hate that flipper.
What is that?
The ZT0562.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I get it. I just don't like it. Todd Carr, welcome.
Hello, Todd Word. I'm trying to find my biblio.
All right, Paul, I have a series of 43 questions to ask you, and I want them answered immediately.
Let's go.
How you doing?
Good.
Nice. That's all I got.
All right. I'll see you guys next Friday then.
Appreciate you stopping by, Paul.
Thanks for having me.
So, Paul, you nipped the tip on a knife. What made you start doing the other stuff, the pawl washing and drilling holes and like going further and further and further?
So I buy most of my knives on the secondary. So I rarely buy stuff like brand new on drops or, from dealers, but beggars also can't be choosers. So there would be a knife that I've always wanted, but not in, say, the colorway or the variation that I wanted. And I figured I could either make it into what I wanted or something else that I wanted even more than the options they had available. So
I like that logic. I like it. So, how many failures do you have under your belt?
Honestly, not many.
So you're natural. Nice.
One failure I had was, and I wouldn't call it a failure, but like I slipped doing the delete on a Clydesdale. So like I scratched the blade a little bit. So I tried doing a hand satin over it, and it didn't come out great. And it turned out the guy wanted an acid wash anyways. So that kind of fixed all of the problems, and it came out great. I don't know if you guys have seen that Clydesdale, but it came out awesome. And
that's pretty cool.
I mean, I honestly I have practice knives. Like, I have some clones that I practice on. I was gifted some clones to try shit and innovate and try new things. So, like, I have practice knives. They look terrible, but, like, I won't do something for somebody or even myself on one of my nicer knives if I can't do it well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, gotta have some guinea pigs around.
Brian,
let me get the practice blades. They're fun to look at. Hang on.
Demon Knock. Yeah, we got Paul Might up in the house.
Demon Knock.
That's a knife that's his grandpa's. Hitler gave it to his grandpa. Dang. Some historical knives in there.
Wow. Huh.
Trial and minimal error. See, the reason I was asking is how many failures he had is because on Wednesday we were talking with Yako, and he said I was rejected twice, so he was thinking about not finishing what he was doing.
Valid point, Joe. Valid point. Happy accidents.
Just redirection. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, if you do have a failure, like Paul does the right thing, you turn it into something cool, or like Joe said, redirect it. But
you know what I always say in times like that?
What's that, Stevie?
When life hands you lemons, make lemonade.
Oh, really?
It's just a little, just try to stay positive.
I like it. I like a good lemonade.
Yeesh. What's that?
Yeah, let's zoom in on this. So Paul's going to be working on getting different cameras so he can be or horizontal. What'd you write on there? Oh, Paul.
So, like, look at that. I tried to practice hole for thumb studs, and then I try like different burr types and sizes to see what kind of finish they'll leave, and acid etch resists.
Is that a rocket?
That is a rocket indeed.
Oh, I thought it looked like a cock and balls.
No, it's obviously
just a rocket.
Yeah, that's a Falcon 9 rocket.
I thought it looked like a human penis with testicles.
No. Close. But no.
That'd be silly.
Yeah,
like that.
I have practice stuff, and then if it's something new, I'll then do my first run on one of my own knives before I do it on somebody else's knives.
Which is good to know, but there's also I've had, I don't know, if I started pulling them out, a dozen knives modded by a handful of people. Really, not a bunch of people. But every time, even though I've seen their work or I have total faith in them, I send it out knowing, as much as I love this knife, it might not come back the way I want it. So far, that actually has not happened. But I think you have to, as someone going into getting your knife modded, there's always going to be situations that could pop up, and you gotta not then come down on Paul because of it.
Yeah. And Yako, all that, yes, but the message I was going for is don't give up. One of my favorite movies from Disney.
Gremlins?
No, I like Gremlins. Meet the Robinsons. And the motto for that movie is keep moving forward.
When he's like, I got nipples, can you milk me, fucker?
That's the wrong movie, Stevie.
Let's meet the let's meet the Fockers.
Shut them up there, half and half. Jeez, Todd. Never planned on stopping. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, look, if there's something like gross negligence, but I think that shit can happen. I mean, hell, my favorite knife of all time.
The paraphrase?
It's hard to say my favorite knife of all time, but one of my all-time favorites, and I have a feeling, Paul, you're already going to tell me to. Where is that? Where it be? Oh man, where did I put that? I don't know. Well, never mind.
Lana, where are you from?
No, it's right here. My very first
Other countries.
knife I had modded technically, my Malice. I wanted the nano ceramic coating removed that Ferrum Forge had done and had it blackened. And my buddy, who's not around on YouTube anymore, but the OG knife nerd, Johnny, he does this method where I mean that a lot of people do. You just heat the titanium up until it's glowing lava, and then quench it in WD-40. But there's a margin of error where you can completely warp the titanium too. But he had practiced a bunch, and I threw caution to the wind, let him do it, and I'm so glad he did, because this is one of the best user finishes of all time.
Those are hard to find now too.
Yeah, man. When this came out, this was $219, man.
Smock.
And then there is Loctite Hell. Is it really? Huh. Yeah, the Malice was a total sleeper. And then they stopped making them, and then everybody wanted them. I had the Tiger Stripe one, and the Tiger Stripe sucks.
I can't stand that shit.
It's not a good look. If you like, I have one of Sharif's Kubes in Tiger Stripe, and I got it just to see if it would be any different. It's not, and I know this isn't on Sharif, but just the Tiger Stripe pattern. Some people love it. It is not a good. If you don't care about snail trails on your knives, then go with Tiger Flamed Anno or whatever all day. But it sucks for you get snail trails like crazy.
I like Flame Anno, but not like that, or like the Lightning Anno. Like I do quite a bit of Flame Anno myself, but not that crap. And I cannot stand Lightning Anno either.
Becky McRanger. Stevie's got it right now.
Oh, look at that. Look at that, Mick. Cut me, Mick. I was telling Maddie before it started, not blowing smoke, but it's really good. Again, gave a couple critiques. Maddie already knew about it. I'm not even acknowledging the color. It is what it is. What'd you say? Izod Polo?
Izod.
Izod golf shirt.
This is an Izod golf shirt. I don't care about the. I know everybody. The first thing that I've seen everybody say is going, "Oh God, the color." I'm telling you, don't let that distract you from this design, man, because it's really good. It's really good.
I can't wait till it's out. That's a good question, Mr. Yaku. I have no idea. Good night, Smock.
Bye, Smock.
Deuces.
What's up, cat?
You see, my Yaku has a question.
I got tons of. knives here
Yeah, for solely.
that have been anode.
Blasted finish takes snail trails the most. So like that flame that Stevie just showed is blasted first and then flamed on top. So it's the blasted finishes that really take snail trails. Stonewash stuff doesn't really take snail trails. High polish stuff doesn't really take snail trails. It's the blasted stuff that you could fart on and it'll leave a mark.
What the hell is a CJRB fugly?
I'm looking it up right now. I don't think it's fugly. I think. Well, I'm not a fan of this color. Let me choose a different one. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool looking. Here, let me share the screen. This is what the fugly is. It's kind of cool looking. I like the two little right there in the blade. That's cool. And it's only $50.
I actually like it.
I like the. It looks like a front flipper, which but it's got the thumb studs. I like the blade shape. I like this. This right here, though, the forward choil. I don't know. It kind of looks uncomfortable, but I don't know. Maybe it's not.
I've never owned a CJRB, and there's yet to be a CJRB that I've had any interest in whatsoever. Even the Ferrum Forge design, not even interested.
I have a few, and they're not bad. Like the Tigress, the
What's that one you got like 18 of? The Crag?
I only have one Crag.
What was that one where they sent you like a case of them?
Oh, that was it was a Warn clip. What was it called? I gave them all away though. What was it?
Hey, have you snipped an Abyss yet?
No, but I have snipped a Crypt, and it's fucking amazing. I snipped Pizza Operator's Purple Crypt. That knife was like made to be flipper deleted. It's so good without it.
Yeah, I kind of like the flipper.
Unfortunately, now when you type in CJRB Warn clip, all you get is pyrite. But this was pre-pyrite.
Yeah, the Abyss could be. I could do without the flipper tab on the Abyss.
Do you know the address?
Huh?
I said, you know the address.
I do.
Would it be worth stripping black anno from aluminum to apply Cerakote instead to eliminate snail trails?
Yes. Would it be worth it? Or no?
Horror movie. I love Chavez knives.
I've owned several Chavez. I think they're an awesome design.
Colin Cheeto in the house.
Yes, he did it. Colin Cheeto. And oh, that's Colin Cheeto.
Colin Cheeto, everyone.
Hey, it's Colin Cheeto. Colin Cheeto.
I didn't even recognize him this time. Usually you're just like, oh, that's Cheeto. I had no idea this time, actually.
He made a whole new account because this one's not wrenched. So get him, boys. Quick, because I'm going to wrench it.
Wrenches tonight because it's not my channel. Oh, that makes a lot of sense now.
Kyle got him right when I was about to do it. There we go. Awesome.
I also have a prototype here.
That's cool. You have a prototype? Oh, yeah. Look at that. But that's cool. So you pretty much get to do whatever you want to that, right? Make it epic.
Well, no, not whatever I want. Like he has ideas, which is stuff I do regularly. So yeah, but it's gonna be awesome. And this knife is incredible. I'm really excited to get my own.
Norchar.
Yeah, the
Hey, Renee.
what up, Jesse? Yeah, Sharif's are really it's more people. We were talking again before the live started. That is going to be a knife that I think everyone that's reviewed it or has seen it, handled it, they all agree.
Yeah.
Until though, I think it gets out there, and some of the pre-orders have been fulfilled. People start talking about it a little more. Then I think,
for sure. Once this is in people's hands, they're gonna make a run on it for sure. Like
Yeah.
it's not good.
it really is good, man.
Horror movie.
It's just-
I love it.
Totally refined. And just one thing I noticed almost instantly is corners and edges, especially this one. A lot of stuff is sharp, and you can feel it when you go to actuate a knife. But on this, like where it sits in the crook of your hand right here, this one corner right here is just smoothed off and rounded so perfectly. It's like something that immediately jumped out at me, because like a Chavez has some sharp ass fucking corners,
Yep.
especially
that.
the full titanium.
It does.
Chavez, I never finished that thought earlier. Chavez is like a paperweight with a folding blade on it.
I like
They
it.
are nice, but
I'm not. They are not like refined. They're just a badass, gnarly knife.
they're slabs. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, no
I would
bills, no.
I think
it
that
is, Kyle.
these are
I'm impressed,
chamfered.
Kyle. Big time.
They have the thinnest space between the lock bar and the rest of the knife. Way thinner than most other knives. I like it.
You know,
and
another
also-
thing I appreciate while you have the Chavez there, the cutout for the lock bar on the Chavez, it ends like right here, and it's also sharp. So I appreciate when this top piece is not sharp and ends in a way that's not like that Chavez.
And
It literally terminates right in the middle of the flat spot there.
and the milling on the lock bar, which is identical to the one on the Kaimano, I think also
Yeah.
adds that little bit of awesomeness to it. Also,
It does. It's a great
Okay.
design. Like you can tell, like obviously we know Sharif can design a knife, but this is like, it's
Can he?
really, really. Can he?
Can he?
oh,
This
and
says
then,
he
yeah,
can.
another great feature, the pocket clip. The way you did that pocket clip too.
Yep.
Dig it.
So I will say, initially, it felt a little stiff, but because of the ramp and because there's the shelf in here, it goes in and out of any pocket like fucking butter. It's just,
You know, when you're sliding butter into your pocket and you're like, whoa, that came out so easily. With butter.
especially in South Florida, like 80-degree butter slides in and out so well.
80
Get it.
degree butter sounds terrible.
80-degree butter.
You need pocket butter for pocket tots. That's like,
Pocket dots.
that's how it goes.
From the movie?
You know, I've never watched heavy metal as an adult.
I watched it as a kid, and I'll never be the same. That was awesome.
I did like the episode of South Park when Kenny's cheesing, and he goes into the heavy metal world.
You're not alone, Steve.
I read that in Steve's voice though too. Like I thought I was the only one that fucked butter. Creates an awkward silence around the. Anyway,
Everyone takes their butter away.
So, can I open this real quick?
No,
fuck
you may.
it, hey, mate.
Oh, sorry. I guess you can.
Is
Lungbone.
Cole still here?
Cole's always here.
It's
He might
worth
be
it.
washing his hair.
Sharp guy. How you doing, buddy?
I got my
I know you're
Longbone apparel order finally.
I have Monday off, Sharif. And
All right.
I can't believe it.
Earl, you know what time it is now. Chilling for my homies. Yes, you got the beat part. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Chilling for my homies.
Yes. My favorite kind of taco, the beef fart.
It's nice too.
Yeah,
No,
all the
you
shirts,
know?
the two that I've gotten from Lungbone Apparel, like they're actually good quality shirts on top of them.
Very nice.
There's old Lungbone. Heck yeah.
And then right on schedule.
Chilling for my homies. Heck yeah. That's awesome, man.
They feel awesome. I can't wait to wear them.
I heard that the quality of those are much better than what you would get on the Spring store.
Absolutely. Spring, unless you get like the upgraded t-shirts. I mean, I felt bad. So many of I wanted just cheap t-shirts for everybody. A bunch of people got them, and then I started seeing pictures of them like a month later, and they're just destroyed. I was like, "Ah, man."
Yeah.
So,
And earlier, Titanium just had a question. If you wanted a pry bar but not just plain tie, is Stonewash or DLC bad ideas? Or would Tiger be best? I'm assuming for scratching.
see, on a pry bar,
The DLC won't last long on the tip of a pry bar.
no,
Are you
but I'm
convinced one?
just wondering why.
This one's holding up pretty good. I think it's just anode.
Like I guess all my pry bars, I'm not like a heavy use your shit guy, but all my pry bars are scuffed up, and I just don't. I guess when it comes to a pry bar, like I just don't think about it. I've seen. I have a Cerakoted one somewhere. But yeah, Palmer, a decorative pry bar.
That was for you, Kyle.
I don't know. The thought of a DLC pry bar is interesting, I guess.
I would say if you wanted that, DLC all of it except the pry part. Just leave that bare or whatever.
I would
That's-
just start with stonewashing it. It's so easy, and see how that works, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Titanium, Justin, did that answer your question? Well, I also have a package to open, so I'm going to do it. Aries sent me these bad boys to check out. Everyone's been talking about pickled steel. Oh, okay, awesome. So I want to check. These are called the Warthog. I think you said it was. And I feel 2. So I'm gonna check it out.
They feel awesome.
Put it on. Stevie's Knife Company. Stevie thought he was being trolled, and then he learned it's real. There you go. There's the logo. Said Steel.
Ooh, Kyle, I know what you're talking about. Heck yeah.
All right, the first one's a red one called the Freya. It's definitely smaller, but I mean, I guess most knives are. And these are budget knives too. But it looks nice. It's got some good action. Said Steel. I like it. This one's the Freya. It's got a cool pattern in the scales, which I think are... They're not G10. They're probably the FRN or whatever.
Isn't it G Carta?
No.
Oh.
Did they flex when you just did that?
A tiny bit.
You're going to test it and not even show anybody?
Sorry. It flexes a
bad.
little bit.
Or are there liners?
That's not bad.
It does have liners. Yeah. But it does flex a little bit. Not like a bug out. Waffle cone plastica. I like that.
That's acceptable.
And then we'll check out this other one. Those scales were made in a waffle iron. Hey, they're grippy though. So this one's he said Warhog, not Warthog. It's red and black. Oh, it's an axis lock too. Cleaver, which I get. Not a lot of people like, but
I think more people like the beaver than the cleaver.
leave it to Beaver. You know what? I like it. This is like a little chunkster right here. Yeah, this is a nice little chunkster. I don't think you need the axis lock for it, though. I think it'd be just fine with just thumb studs. But, I don't know. As a guy who likes all the opening methods, that's cool. It's red and black.
But you know what? The thumb studs aren't a opening and closing locking mechanism.
No. But, like, if it was a liner, it would have been fine. Or a frame lock.
I know where you were going, Stevie. It's okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
I never know where Stevie's going, and half the time, I don't want to go there. I like it, though. What do you guys think about this one? They're coming out with a premium.
Come on,
This is D2, I'm guessing steel. And then some micarta inlays, a wire clip, which that probably means you could fit a lynch clip on there if you wanted.
Not always necessarily.
I said probably.
That looks like a wide berth.
It does.
Well, I think the clip has been spread.
Why?
I don't know. I literally just got it. I don't know.
I know. Did Ares fuck it up? He looks like a guy that would fuck up a pocket clip.
Judging by the blade, though, he uses this bad boy. This is a
He's
user.
a little shifty looking when it comes to pocket clips.
Everything else, he's fine, but then pocket clips, it fits a lynch clip. See? Thank you, Yako. They all come with the clip like that. Okay.
Put a clip on it that's worth more than the knife.
Maybe. I think these are cheap. Like this one, the red one, I believe, was like under $40. Stuff We Do's logo's on there. Did he help design these? I like Stuff We Do. He was on that live stream, but I didn't know he had a hand in like making these. I asked them straight up. I said, "Who's the OEM on these guys?" And they said there's 3: the Remet, The one that you see on Amazon that starts with an X, like Zylock or something.
X-Talk.
Probably that one. And that was but I appreciated that they were straight up. They just said, yeah, you know, they share designs with the other companies. And they were upfront about it, which I appreciated. They didn't try to hide it or anything.
People that put skiffs on Sativians are fucking lefty EDC nut huggers. That's the only reason why they're doing it. A Sativian does not need skiffs. I guarantee that doesn't help with the blade play. That doesn't help with anything. The action. It doesn't do any of that shit. They did it because they're a lefty EDC nut hugger.
No, he didn't.
But it's your knife to do whatever the fuck you want, so I really don't care.
Oh, you're saying for the stuff we do, he didn't. Okay. Hey, Dixie Normus.
Dixie Normus.
I've been trained to read names before I say them now. But hello.
Game owners. Game owners. How you doing? He got me.
Got him! Hey, Gabe owners, Mike Hawkhurts.
I finally talked to Cole today.
I haven't heard that second one from KC yet.
You hadn't heard that one? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that wasn't a shot at Lefty Titanium Justin. That was a shot out. A shot at all the idiot nut huggers.
Stevie's part of the douche crew or whatever you guys call yourselves.
Oh, the Eliza douche crew.
Send you a phoenix. All right, here. It's on its way. It's flying.
I bet Lefty has a fork, doesn't he?
Hello, Dragoon.
No, God no.
Toyota. Ooh, Orion. They're doing well. I knew of them before they changed. Oh, what was their name before?
Thanks.
I didn't know they were previously. Dream Tech I've never heard of. Oh, Stevie, show Orion my Orion.
Oh yeah. Huh.
David, look. The prototype came.
Don't pay any attention to the Izod polo shirt that it's wearing.
Someone got you to say that.
What? Oh, there's the Orion, David. I actually took.
Shane!
What up, Shane?
Good one.
Shane sent me the most Alabama video ever earlier, and I loved it. But for those of you that want
Quick Mix. That's what it was. Quick Mix.
That just looks like someone just did this to the keyboard. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's definitely going to help sell a lot of those. Are you a man in a diaper?
Oh, is the volume off?
Yeah. Oh, thanks, David.
There goes.
I think I just busted a nut in my pants. Oh, yeah. What?
There was more to the... I thought it was just a song. I muted it at work when I watched it. I'm glad I muted it.
I also did not hear that second part either.
Oh, I got a lot of looks today.
No, it's that's the first part.
Thank you, Brian.
That's the if you
I don't even. I know in China, like Q makes a sh sound sometimes, right?
Why?
Quai. Autumn wind, how you doing? Mick Ranger, yes. I didn't choose those colors, contrary to what other people say. Those are the last colors I would have picked.
Hold on. Go back. Go back to Mick's comment. Come on, man. You guys really don't see it?
Dang it. You have a handsome dog.
Oh.
And for those in the chat that may be wondering, that black blob right there is Peanut.
Yeah.
David, if you don't mind me asking, how close are we to having that sweet knife roll thingy to accompany this bad boy?
Gary case?
Yeah, but the big, because you said I could have mine before Kyle. I remember that.
Hey.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
wait. Well, not Stevie, but
He's
Demon Eye still here.
Ooh.
there. It is.
Stevie's taking a shit. Yes, he's taking a big old shit.
I had to. You have a cat named Peanut? Heck yeah. Victor. That's right, David. Okay, I remember that. Yes. Okay. So that was Remet, because those guys messaged me a long time ago and said, "Hey, if you buy this, we'll give you your money back." It was that silver one, and I was like, "That's weird." So I said no. But yeah, that's that same Remet knife or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Ha! Yeah, that I did, man. See, suck it, Kyle. We are ways out. Okay. I had another question, David. The knife you're making with the Openo, when's the V2 coming? Dang it. Okay. So it's your idea, yeah. People would look at the QYG MGS and be like, "Nah." If I can't say it, is it on your site? All right. Nice. You know, Paul, some of the very first flipper delete knives I saw were on the Solaris.
I did one for Forrest.
Yeah. Those were some of the very first flipper deletes I ever saw were on these bad boys. And it looks good without it too.
That it does.
I like real steel knives where the blade edge is like almost in line with the handle. Like, I love that look. And the Solaris without the flipper had that look, but I just never had mine taken off. But I love that look. It's a clean. You need to update the photos, but the cover one is on there. Heck yeah! Let me check. I didn't order an Iris yet because you said you were working on the V2, so I was waiting. But if it's on there, I think. Let's see. Is this one it? What? What did I miss here? David, so is this the V2? Because for you guys, $40, and David makes this knife for you. He 3D prints them. You can lock them open and closed, and you get to choose a carbon blade or a regular blade. And you get to pick colors like black, blue, gray, translucent, yellow. Not seeing red though. But I don't know, for the kitchen, green would be cool, or blue. Oh, that's green is sold out. Oh, blue is sold out. Black's in stock though. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I think it's a cool idea. Oh, go back to the home page. Going back. Here, I'll share my... Sorry, Paul.
What are you apologizing to me for?
I'm taking up your time.
What?
I'm taking up your time. We'll get back to you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know either. So is this the V2 right here on this cover? No. You can have every
I
color.
don't know. I'd have to look on my phone, which is being used for the stream. So I don't remember what I posted yesterday. Today? I don't know. If Maddie wants to pull it up and show me, I can tell you. But I have a smooth brain. There's only a few wrinkles left.
Is this on your Instagram?
Yeah, mine.
All right, I'll find it. Let's take a look. But everyone, definitely go check out Orion Knives. He's one of our buddies.
Oh, was it this?
Oh yeah, that one's cool. Cody C had a spider coat.
Maybe
All right,
not.
cool. I'm on this picture currently. And he said Friday, which is, it's gotta be this one.
Yeah, that's this.
Unless there's, oh, he said spider? Paul, you have an awesome collection.
The one at the top. No,
That one?
this was on the bottom.
Oh, he's probably talking about maybe the spider hole. Warncliffe, spider. Yeah, it's probably, yeah.
I could have sworn you said at the bottom, but this one?
Yeah, that thing's cool. What is that?
This is a Black Snow mini opiate production.
Stevie's
It did
back.
have a flipper. It did have a flipper and no hole. I did the flipper delete, and I got the hole before I was doing holes by somebody else. Kyle, that is not a subvert. Derek, I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry, buddy.
It wasn't the one. It had 3 knives right behind it.
Yep, Kyle, same designer. Natty makes incredible shit.
So I get up as I'm walking away and I open the door, and my door is right next to the hallway bathroom door. And Zoe's friend is walking out of her room and going into the bathroom. And as I open up, all she hears is Stevie's taking a shit. I was like, oh. But I left the door open, and I was getting my drink, and I saw the volume up, and I heard Zoe go, "Did he just say Nazis in red?" I was like,
One moon. Oh, sorry. One moon. Someone had one of those drop shipped to me to work on.
Ooh, Stevie has the iris.
I kept the carbon and gave the
This one, Derek?
no. Yeah, I kept the stainless and sent Nose the carbon.
I'm gonna order the carbon one. He said the V2s when you order it, you get the V2 one now.
Yeah, you get the V2.
And
That's
yeah, Derek, is it this one?
I don't know. Can you cover them up with more stuff?
Well, we're looking at the picture. Pull up another picture. This one?
Who is going to Blade Show Texas? That's in 2 weeks.
E&G's going, I saw.
E&G is going. Your fellow former Pacific Northwestern counterpart, David. E&G will be there.
This picture, Paul. It's one of those. Brant is going.
Yes.
I'll stop sharing.
Shipwreck carbon fiber? What does shipwreck carbon fiber look like?
This is a little native Warncliffe with RGT titanium scales.
It's too late. They're totally cool with it at this point.
Just gonna sign hands and shake babies.
It's a great knife, Derek.
What's that movie where the guy goes, "My name is Hank. Nice to meet me." Oh, Date Mike. That was from The Office. Nice to meet me. That's gonna be him at Blade Show. I wonder if Brent's gonna work at the Hinderer booth again, though.
I mean, is Brent going to show up to the Hinderer booth and nobody wants to be awkward and tell him to go away?
I'd give Brent a hug. Let's see. Oh, I found the rhino that Paul shipped off, his first one. This is a pretty cool little knife, though.
I don't know. But what's the shipwreck carbon fiber that everybody's talking about? Or that One Moon talking about? What was that on?
The knife has bronze accents, and the carbon fiber is like a green. It's got green accents in it, so it looks like a shipwreck.
Okay. You know, shout out to Terry, 1931 Leatherworks, who does good shipwreck on his own. But then the Anno work that he did on my Ragna smock to make it look like faux shipwreck, kind of. And then he did the same thing to, I think, Dr. Drew Dude's Clydesdale. Someone got a Clydesdale with the exact same finish. I think it might be Drizzy.
Drizzy.
He did. And I'm not typically a fan. This is another one, a good example of I told Terry to do basically what Sharif kind of said to you, Paul. When I sent this to Terry, I said, I don't care what you do. Just do whatever the F you want, man. You know, go for it. If you ruin it, you ruin it. And this is not what I was expecting, but everything I love about it. Like rock pattern, typically wouldn't be my thing, but have you? If you have, and I don't know, I apologize. But have you done any carving or anything yet?
No, it's on the list. Like I have a very long list of things I want to try.
I guess you've done grooves and stuff, so you've done like a little bit of carving into a blade. But
yeah, I have on blades, but not on scales. But it is on the list of things I want to try. So. Because of where I live, like I try to, for the most part, only use power tools on Saturdays and outside. But I do smaller stuff in like my bathroom with I have, I mean, as full size as a Dremel can be, but I also have a little one from Harbor Freight to do like smaller stuff with that I can just use in my bathroom from time to time. But I try to stop and do all my work on Saturdays outside when possible.
So you do these knives while taking a poop?
Yes.
Sweet. And on that
I
note,
I use the reservoir. I sit down and like face the wall.
You face the wall. You use the back of the tank as your.
That's his work, man.
Congrats again to Big Red on SKL 3 Hundo.
That was epic.
That was really awesome. Good to see you, JB. Did you guys get snow down there? JB, I meant to ask P&W. Did you guys get snow? We got like 2 inches of snow overnight, and then it all disappeared midday. Shit wrecked.
You got it all over the floor.
There's cooling water for the Dremel.
Ooh, Stevie, show Big Red the Orion.
Oh yeah.
I want everyone to see it. I did not advertise the Phoenix, but I'm gonna advertise the Orion. Everyone look. Changes are coming. The colors are definitely going. Kyle picked the colors.
Reiner lock.
I'm never gonna let Kyle pick colors again.
I will pick the colors.
Never gonna let him
Kyle
do it again. I gave him one job.
Kyle is wearing a matching Izod right fucking now.
Yeah.
He looked down and said, "Yes, that's it. The world will love this."
That's Maddie's Orion design there, JB. It's wicked.
There's water all over the floor.
And if this does well, Maddie, you said there's a good chance they'll do the actual normal size.
Yes. They said if it does well, they will do the big size.
So it's 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 a tad bit longer than the Para 3, but it's smaller. It's not full size. And this is a full size knife, I think. Would make it that much more.
Way over.
Nighty night, Tommy. With gadgets.
Good night,
Tommy has help with gadgets. Has the ability to accept channel numbers now, y'all. So if you haven't, go check out Help with Gadgets channel and show some love. But nighty night, Tommy.
All over.
I have cotton mouth so bad.
Let's see.
You are not.
So, Paul, I got this. I won one of Milton's giveaways, and I got this. And
yeah, Shane.
I'm thinking maybe. Again, I got like 10 knives I can send you, but I was thinking I may as well send this with it also. Have some.
Water.
I know we talked. Just simply covering up the dessert part makes this
It's freaking
I
cool.
love the colors now.
It really did. I was pleasantly surprised with that.
Yeah.
Like I was just covering up the sprinkles, and it came out great. It's like in person, obviously you can see it. It's like a silky finish, and there's
Yeah.
like ghost sprinkles still. Like it came out great.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, just simply doing
All
a basic mod made this knife that much better. So I have it. I still have the my OG,
And stop arguing
and
and saying something else.
I think that this sucks in comparison to that.
That has become part of my process too now, is that sometimes just a little change will make a knife into a whole new one, as you see right there. So like a lot of people have been sending me stuff and saying, do whatever you want, but I don't ever really have a plan in mind. I'll have one specific thing that I'll do, and then I'll do it and then hold it for a day or two, not like carry it per se. Like I don't take it out and do shit with it, but I do carry it for a day or two around the house. And sometimes I'll think of, okay, I did that, now I can do this and it will look good. Or it's like a chain reaction. Sometimes one thing is good enough and it makes a big enough difference that it's better. Sometimes it takes two things or three or four things, but it turns into like a chain reaction. I usually have no idea what I'm going to do, but I'll carry it for a day or two to get a feel of it, and sometimes shit just pops into my head, and that's basically how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes less is more.
Yep.
Shane, I'm not sure. I don't set the price, but judging by the fact that one's like G10 and stuff, it should be budgety, which I hope it is.
Yeah, so I hadn't gotten a chance to ask all that, but I haven't done is it, okay, so it's steel liners, and this is just the Prudu type, so I don't know, but
It's Prudu
is it going to stay a steel liner lock?
I don't know. I think so.
I really hope there's a titanium version.
I hope so.
This as a titanium bolster lock? Ooh. Yeah, this as a titanium bolster lock would be hella cool, man.
I think what they're doing is like they went all out on the Phoenix, but they used aluminum, but it didn't sell as good as like the Huntsman and other stuff. So they're taking the second design a little safer. So, and then I'll show this real quick. This is that email. This is them scaling it down so you can see the difference between how it's supposed to be. And then they said, we suggest shrinking it down to under 3.3 for the first release version, which is the safe choice. And then if the sales go well, we'll make the original size as a variant. So people need to buy it so I can get my big one, which would be awesome. So Zach,
So
hey, buddy.
what's the blade on the big one?
What?
What's the length? What's
The
the
blade-
blade length on the big one?
It was like
4.
3.7. Oh, it was 4?
Yeah, the bigger one. Yeah. Thank you, Zach. It was a big boy. Who got it? Let's see. Who got it? Top chat. Illuminati got it. Welcome back, Blue. Welcome back. Paul Wang likes him smaller. Maybe we'll see. But I hope people like it. Oh, speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. I hope people like it though. I get it. The Phoenix is like, it's
David.
it's a blade shape people take or leave. But hopefully this one's more fun. Good night, David.
I think that this is going to this should do well.
Sharif said it could do pretty good. It's to make yours look better, Paul. It's Paul versus Paul. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. I like Persians, but not a lot of people do. But like Warncliffs and...
You gotta follow that up with Blade, dude. You can't just say...
Persian blade shapes blue, but thank you.
A lot of people ain't liking them Persians, you know.
Shut up, Stevie.
What up, that?
One Moon got it. Heck yeah.
Funk the Wonky. Funk the
Thank
Wonky.
you, Blue.
Speaking of that devil, like, you just texted me.
Out of all the Chinese companies,
Wow.
Kaiser's my favorite. Just because I've gotten to know them and their quality is really good. I like them, and they're fun to work with. Mid-Eastern area? And the new Kaiser X line that they're doing to compete with like Riot, I'm excited where they go with that.
Oh man, that one that...
Dang it. It's just because of the mayonnaise. Who puts mayonnaise with fruit?
It's mayonnaise.
By the way, for those not in on the joke, I was referring to, I was trying to say the people from like Wisconsin. What are they called? Not Middle Easterners, I learned. Midwestern, right? What is up with all you Middle Easterners? Oh. I need to think before I speak, but I never do.
This is that knife that...
It's mayonnaise, exactly. It's mayonnaise.
All right. This is that knife that...
Ooh.
I actually like that. You know what? Damn it, my backpack's out there. That is surprisingly gives you Gideon vibes, and I really like that blade shape. A recurved clip point.
Kind of looks like a big giant buoy with a recurve.
There's one on its way to me right now.
Oh no shit! Is this an actual?
To get a hole puller. No, it's a Riot production.
Oh, okay.
It's getting a hole put in it.
Nice.
How much is that thing?
It's out of stock, so I don't know.
They dropped a couple days ago.
Oh, this is a knife? Oh, they got one for $850. Jeez.
That's
It's like this is like damn steel, but
hopefully after the Orion though, this one comes out.
Same designer as this.
Captain Clear Point.
But this is just Black Snow. That's Black Snow and Lee Lerman, I think.
That's what it says, Lee Lerman.
Yeah.
I'm still working on Phoenix V2 as well. I would like to see that one. What's in front of my camera?
Piece of shit.
Hey, I like the V2.
No.
A third of a beard.
I
like
made
the pewter. My pewter's in front of it. It was throwing me off a little bit. Let me take a quick poll real quick. What is is that a folding butter knife? Maybe. What is everyone's favorite blade shape? It seems Katie just said sheepdog. Wow. She paying attention over there. But you probably mean sheep's foot though. But you do like
Freaking idiot.
no, because the Halloween knife that she has is the sheepdog. I want Bees Blades giveaway tonight. Heck yeah. We have. Shut up.
Congratulations, Mr. Upchurch.
You have the small one, I have the big one, but I keep them together.
I would have guessed that Katie's was bigger than yours.
It's Valentine's Day. You can't yell at me.
Wait, what did you say, Stevie?
I said I would have thought yours was bigger than his. Knife.
She
Knife.
just said, yeah.
I'm talking about knife, not penises, by the way.
Stevie, I thought I had big hunt energy, not dick energy.
I love this little back and forth. Mr. Upchurch, 30 months. Heck yeah. Thank you. And which one did you win? But heck yeah.
Oh, Miss Awani.
Modified reverse clip point. Wouldn't that be like a Hawkbill? Ooh, Tuesday. Ooh. Tonto used to be. Now you like a warning? Heck yeah. Warning.
So, for those of you, I could go get it, but I'm lazy. The upcoming Dead Sober Tenable is very.
I don't judge Shane.
See? You know, it's got that same Gideon, you know, clip point recurve. I really like that blade shape. Really like that blade shape.
It's unique and different.
Yeah.
Next month. I keep checking the Tenable website to see if it's gonna show up.
Yeah, they haven't moved it off of the.
Enjoying this.
Yeah, that's nice.
Ever since I got it a week ago, this blade shape.
Jeez. That is.
It's not a rat on a leash. That's freaking Ella, man.
I've been digging this blade shape. That's like a super pointy clip point. I think I like clip points the most now.
I absolutely love clip points. Like I was showing off the Abyss earlier. The Abyss has kind of gotten lost in the shuffle, but I really do think that this is. It's a.
I can picture him saying it too. Like, I don't judge either.
A kind of tanto-y clip point.
Yeah.
I wish
like
this was a bigger. I wish this was a bigger knife. But then, you know, clip point, Persian, whatever they're going to be called. You know, I do have quite a few that I really like.
I think they're awesome. Good for stabbing, cutting, slicing. Good place to put your thumb, even your finger, your draw cuts. Want a Best Tech Silther and a Y-Start upswept blade. Oh, heck yeah. I'm going to see what a Best Tech Stifler is.
With a threonite. Nice.
Slither?
A slippery
What?
little snacky snake?
Look at the snake.
Son of snake. I did some grocery shopping earlier today.
Oh, I'd love to hear this story.
Picked up now derived from a happier Gary. Look how happy Gary is.
I'm excited to share my cream with you all. I want to see the
I'm
ingredients.
usually asleep an hour ago.
You what?
Fading fat. Kyle's talking shit. And I told him I'm usually asleep an hour ago.
That's true. He always complains about us. All right, Paul, question. Where do you want to take this it's a hobby now, right? Where do you want to take it? Where are you going with it?
Well, it's a hobby plus now. Next up is a sander. I'd like to maybe try some regrinds at some point. But I don't think I'll ever be able to like quit my current job. Like I have a full-time job. I'm 9 to 5. I do work from home though, so when there's a lull in my actual job, I sometimes squeeze mods in and stuff.
Okay.
But I like having a second. I'm not going to say a secondary income because it's not, but it's nice to be able to buy new knives with money I get from modding knives. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, fun's the hobby. That's kind of the way I look at
Yeah.
the
And
little
there's-
bit I do as well.
I think it's awesome making money off of it. Side hustle, sweet side hustle.
Yeah.
And honestly, the work I've seen, I think people in the near future will be talking about you the way they talk about like Way of Knife and the knife modders, all them. I think you're gonna go far.
Yeah, potential kid.
You do. You're already a
Hey,
rock star.
thanks.
Like I tell everyone, I watched you go from asking what kind of rocks to use to stonewash, and now you're just
You
doing
know
all
what's
this.
funny? I still have literally the exact same rocks. I just used them earlier to stonewash it. It's literally the exact same rocks. I think they're slowly getting better over time the more I use them. But
See, that's cool though.
Yeah. they look
Matthew
like
Griffin-
those actually.
This
Hi, my name is Stevie, and I love rocks.
I don't know the info on this too much, so I can't speak on this one.
If you're coming here for political advice, you're asking the wrong mofos, Matthew.
I still watch Arthur on PBS. I think Javon's been doing research on it, and maybe Shane, maybe Kyle. Those might be the ones to ask about that, but I don't know. I'll be honest. But yeah, Paul, I think you're gonna go far. I am excited. Like I love watching people grow, and I get to be at like the starting point. It's freaking awesome. I've seen it with like
It helps
round
a lot.
people.
It helps a lot when people are like, "Hey, do practice this or do that." Like the willingness of people to actually send me shit is pretty amazing. Like,
Yeah,
I think I'm up to 9 or 10 kaimanos now. Like, I have 2 sitting here that are going to be worked on tomorrow. I've got another Arius that's like the 7th or 8th Arius now. Like, it's people trusting me with their knives is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'd be too scared, but I'm glad you're out there brave enough to do it. I'm gonna send you at some point if I ever, ship things again, because I suck at that. But my Aluris, I saw you do thumb studs. I want a thumb stud in mine. I think it'd be cool.
And
Yeah.
he put a hole in his.
Yeah.
Thumb studs are surprisingly easy, actually. Like, I don't want to say it's easy because it's not, but thumb studs are pretty easy.
As long as you get them in the right place.
I think Kyle's another one we got to watch and keep watching him grow. He went from like Kyle Sharpens to like he's surprisingly professional. It's freaking cool watching all this stuff. Man, I've watched Jake with his jank grow. I love it. Paul, I think you're doing awesome.
Hey,
just like being said.
100%. Totally agree.
I appreciate all the support from you guys too. It's pretty awesome. Like I really do.
Always.
And another person that's been, again, everybody has been, from everyone we just mentioned, Donnie, Shane, of course, and then
David.
People were talking about it earlier. Our good pal Scotty Stills.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. If you guys haven't been following along, Steve Clare has been talking about his Tipper Double XL, and it's done. Ching. Oh, it's so nice.
It's such an awesome knife.
Oh,
man, listen to it. Ooh.
The OG. Oh, it's so good. And then he also just showed off.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffries.
The Fixie. The Tipper Fixie.
Yeah. The Fixie doesn't make as good as a Ting as the folders, though.
No. But,
you know.
And again, that's another one that's, seeing his progression from holding his very first folder that he made to getting several of his knives and seeing where he's at now. Man, it's amazing.
I think his tuning fork idea in the folders, if he incorporated it into like a sheath or something so it tings when you pull it out, that'd be pretty cool. As Stevie just holds one of them. Lucky. It did. It did.
And then I got my OG Tipper.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna send this in for a spa here. He keeps telling me to send it to him, but I know he's working on so much stuff. It's like I don't want to, He's like, no, send it. I'll get to it. He's like, I owe you. Like, no, dude, I don't want to derail anything that you're working on. But I think I'll have him Zerblast all this stuff.
Yeah, I saw him talk or write that. What is the Zerk Blast? What is that?
You're just blasting with that media?
Like, what does it do for the blade and stuff?
It gives it it almost like a shiny bead blast almost.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing I wish I could do, but I will probably never be able to because I have zero room for a blast cabinet or even like an air source. But like blasting would be cool to be able to do.
Maddie, you had his edgy Bladeworks Astral, right? Steve Clare's Astral.
I messed with it. Yeah,
that was all Zerblasted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it makes it really bright and shiny and gorgeous. Yeah.
Sub Rocky,
but still like a matte type finish to it.
Yeah,
it's almost glossy and matte at the same time, but it's not
like
it's not shiny like a satin.
It's like me when you guys start talking about smart things. Just glossy matte.
Yes.
This was vapor blasted, but it's very much. It's very close to a Zerblast.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, do you have that cool Vero that we were showing on Wednesday?
Oh yeah.
No, it went out today.
Why do you gotta be such a fast shipper, God?
I hate having people stuck here longer than I need
Rocky.
to.
What up, Rocky?
We gotta get Rocky back up here one of these days. Been a while.
Yeah. You get Rocky up, Neil. It'd be a fun one.
So, Paul, what's a mod that you want to do but you haven't done yet?
Different. I plan to, but different shaped holes. So, like a keyhole, or an elongated hole, or like this kind of hole.
Okay.
Different shaped holes.
What about this kind? The next time you get one of Cheeto's knives, please make a
The
hole.
first person to get a dick hole is. It's gonna happen now. It's obviously
Paul,
someone's got to have a dick hole now. It's just
you got to be the first. You got to be the first. You have to do it.
Who's gonna
theoretically it would be pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
You got to do it before someone else does, because guaranteed people are like, oh man, that's hilarious, and then they're gonna want to do it. But you got to be the first. Do it.
I would also like I said, I want to try regrinds too, but as of now, I can do blade reprofiling, so I'd like to do more of that too. But because I can only do stuff like that on Saturdays, it limits me trying new stuff, which is fine. Like, I tend to try new things when I have a slow weekend. Like, I always try to do something. So if I'm not doing flipper deletes or stuff outside on a Saturday, that's when I'll try new stuff and try to add things to the repertoire, if you will.
We will. I never laughed, except just now.
That the CIA turned into a liar.
Paul, I'll reiterate. I think it's just cool what you're doing. I'm freaking proud of you, man. I love it.
Thank you.
And if you're tired and you need to go, you just go. Whatever. Don't let us hold you up. But
I am very tired.
All right, I got a hard-hitting question for you before you go. Has there been anyone that's reached out that you're like, fuck, I really don't want to do work with?
No.
that is a hard-hitting question.
Very politically correct of you, Paul.
It hasn't, though. Not yet, anyways.
Give it time.
Because that would happen, right? Like someone's like, "Hey, man, can you do this?" Ah,
And
man.
you're like, okay, there's another question. Is there anything that you have said, like, nah, man, I'm just not?
Well, I have been asked about regrinds, so, like,
Right.
no, because I just don't even have the equipment for that. But I was asked to do a different shaped hole or a slot, which is I can't do. But like, if somebody asks me to do, if I can do something, like I'll practice. I tell them I'll practice it first, and when I can, I'll let you know. Like, everything is on the list at some point to try and do or figure out how to do, or, you know, like, I want to be able to do everything, I guess. But if somebody asks me to do something that I don't know how to do, it like moves up on the list of things to practice and try to figure out how to do.
So right now, do you officially like have books? Are you just taking work and taking work and taking work? You're not backed up or anything yet?
Yeah.
You have a...
Yeah. I have my little whiteboard right here.
Okay.
So people just message me on Instagram and send me stuff.
That was my next.
I guess that's a book, I guess you would call it. But no, I don't necessarily have books, but people send me stuff. Stuff slowly trickles in. 5 people will say they'll send me stuff and 3 will, and then 2 of those will show up this week and 1 the next week, and then the other 2 people will end up sending stuff. So like there's a steady stream of stuff coming in and out at the moment. I'm not overwhelmed, but there is stuff to do pretty much throughout the week.
I've got a hard-hitting question for you as well. Probably the hardest hitting. What kind of you don't have to talk about it, but what kind of pricing are we dealing with in these? Like, do you have a list somewhere, or do you just work out individual deals?
It is mostly individual. Like, it also depends on the knife. Like, more expensive knives are gonna cost more. So like, I'm doing for the Arius, the deletes are $45 plus return shipping. I use pirate ship, so people can choose whatever they want for it. Less expensive stuff, deletes are like 30, 35. And then if it's like a combo type thing, like a delete and an acid wash, like I'll just tack on like 10 or 15 for the acid wash. Like it's a case by case basis. It depends on the knife itself, as well. But yeah, I try to be pretty fair, I think.
Those are absolutely fair prices.
Yeah.
And
people have forced me to take more than I've asked for, which was cool.
That's 100% of everyone that I've had stuff done with from the community since I got into it. Always having to be like, bro, like, come on, man, you're only going to charge me that? Like, it's worth, so that's one of the things I do like to do, is let, when it's, I know what good service is, I know what it's good quality is, and I think that the prices that you're listing off are more than fair right now, and bordering what Kyle's saying. So people are always going to balk at prices too. That's the one thing I'm sure everyone that's done. I mean, have there been people that have, because I know even in my case, I know probably with Kyle as well, people are like, oh man, I want this, and this done. You're like, all right, yeah, it's going to be like $50. We're like, oh, whoa, I was thinking more like, like maybe 20 or something. We ran into that.
It hasn't happened. Not yet. So for the most part, it's word of mouth. So like, somebody with an Arius tells another person with an Arius that
right.
I didn't, that they know what they're expecting and they know what I charged. So it's not been a big deal. I haven't really had balking on the pricing. Early on, I was just doing stuff for free because I wanted the practice first off, but I also like hooking the homies up. Like, I like working on knives. But at the end of the day, I just want to work on knives. So like, I mean, I don't want to say it publicly, but like if it's the money or the working on the knives, like I'd rather work on the knives. You know what I mean? Like I just
hobby first and foremost.
Right.
Oh, that's
Like
an
I said,
awesome. When
it's cool to have an additional money flow on top of like it's cool.
And there's something to be said with people that, you know, look, there's nothing wrong also with the guys that have gotten huge, like Cap City Creations and, you know, of those worlds that, you know, you're going to pay a couple $100, you know, to get stuff done. But they are definitely, you know, more of a business now. They've entered the business side of it. Knowing when an artist hasn't quite, that's what you're doing is art, broken into I'm trying to survive off of this, and you still have that, you know, drive to just, hey, I'm still just having fun, you know. That's when a lot of good work is still being done. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I don't. It's a popular thing. Like I was iffy taking money at first because I don't want it to be a job. I don't think I would ever want to quit my day job and do this full time. Like I want it to stay a hobby, you know?
That's awesome, man. Well, it seems that you're off to a smashing. Well, I guess you know. I guess you are still very early on, but you've been at it for a minute. And because I mean, shit. When did I have this? This was before summertime, right?
Yeah, that was early on. That was pretty early on, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know when, but that was an early one.
It's got to be coming up on a year. You know, so you've got the license at this point. You've put in the hours.
Yeah.
But still always you know, always getting better.
And have you done a Tedious yet?
He's working.
Yes, quite a few.
And what kind of stones do you use for your washing?
They're literally just stones from my yard, like the ones in the little. Go ahead, Stevie, run it.
Oh, I didn't have it pulled up. Oh, man.
Like those of various sizes.
I didn't know you could use just rocks from outside.
Well, I wouldn't suggest using jagged rocks, but those, I mean, they're basically like you could use aquarium rocks, smaller ones. It's all this more or less. It's just a different type of media than like you would get from like the little ceramic cones or triangles or whatever. It all does the same shit, but the thing I like about using the stones is it's less uniform.
Yeah.
The ceramic media you would buy in bulk or whatever, like people run it longer and it's more uniform. Like I don't dislike it, but I haven't had anyone complain about my stone washes, so like I don't feel the need to change it. And I like that it's a little less, not predictable, but it's less uniform. Like I like that better.
All the ones I've seen have looked awesome.
Thank you.
So I've acid etched and stone washed one blade in my life, and that was my Rat 2, and I just grabbed river rocks. We have our driveway lined with all the rocks that Stacy's picked up off the beaches, the buckets and buckets of rocks she's collected. I grabbed a empty. We had gotten a Costco size thing of peanut M&Ms, and when it was over with, it was a container that I was like, I don't know what I'm ever going to use this for, but it's got a good lid on it and it's clear. Like I'm keeping this for something, and that's what I ended up using.
That's what I literally use a Superman protein shaker cup with stones from my yard.
Yeah, and you get good results. Yeah. And then I saw what Shane did, and I was like, that was genius. Also, just putting everything in a PVC tube and with caps and just kicking it around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you can, and I went very light on that. I've meant to do a follow up, but yeah, that's the thing. You don't have to do anything crazy, but the Paul wash, I gotta say, I've said it a bunch on all the knives that I've seen, man. Look, I did that.
I was happy to. Is like the flipper deletes. Like people always, obviously the peenar snipper guy. Like that's kind of what I'm quote unquote known for. But it's nothing. And the paw wash isn't new either. But it's a thing. Like it's a thing that I do. So I quite enjoy it.
Yeah. It looks wicked.
Yeah. You're doing awesome things. Can't wait to see what the future brings for you.
You're gonna have
appreciate it.
I know I have to wait. I don't want to, but
you're going to have to.
All right, I gotta be up in 3.5 hours.
You got to just get a hard out because we'll just keep talking to you.
Yep.
All right.
You're on a Wednesday too.
We'll do it again, maybe on a Wednesday since it's earlier. But
good idea.
If you'll have me, I'll definitely do it again.
Open
and
invite.
I'll figure out how to sideways the phone.
Or just get like a cheap little mount off Amazon or something, little tripod or something.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
I'll send you some stuff. Super cheap stuff.
Do it. Just fill up a box and send it. I got you.
Good night, Paul.
Have a good night, guys.
Later, Paul.
Bye.
Freaking awesome of Paul to join us. That was cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
But even if I did, I want to be a Toys R Us kid.
All right, so I'm gonna box up my Allurus. I'm gonna definitely send that to him. I think it'd be awesome with a thumb stud.
Yeah, and flipper delete.
I still have to send Kyle things to ship, but I can't find my Axon. I want him to fix my Axon.
What's wrong with the Axon, Maddie?
The tip varies. You know that the Axon is like sharp. The tip very slightly curves a little bit. But it bugs me because I know it's supposed to be straight. But it slightly curves, and I don't know where I put it.
There's a high probability that it's gone forever.
It probably is gone forever. Actually, let me look down here. Oh, Big Red. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. You have a good weekend.
Big Red.
I'll see you on SKL. Yeah, you're doing SKL, right? I'll see you on
taking
SKL.
a break this week?
Yeah, I forgot if he said he was or not.
I know there's going to be a little bit of a hiatus soon.
Yeah, he's traveling. I have to
going
check.
on vacation.
If you're doing it, I'll see you.
What?
But thank you. A Praxis with the... I couldn't find the Exxon. That's what I want to send the most. It might be down here.
The Praxis has enough meat on it where you can just flick it out, though.
Maybe get a thumb stud put on Gary.
Oh, man, could you imagine? That'd be a big thumb stud, huh?
The studliest of studs.
That's a big thumb stud you got on Gary there.
Yeah, I don't see it down here.
We should do an MSZKL. Hell yeah, you should. Boom, there it is. No SKL for the next 3 weekends.
3 weekends. Okay, yeah, then there's going to be a ZKL. I don't know what MS is, but definitely do a ZKL. That'd be awesome.
Multiple sclerosis.
Oh, you got to see him last night. Heck yeah.
Nice.
That's right. Well, have good travels, Big Red. I think you said you're going to Hawaii at some point?
Hawaii.
I liked Hawaii. It's nice. Mark Parks, 12 months.
Maddie Stevie is Zachy. Like, hey.
Ooh.
I'm available. Might be able to do that.
Do a live with Zach? Now that would be fun. Yeah, let's chit chat about that. That would be really fun.
Yeah, I'd be down.
4 weekends. Whew.
Well, enjoy your time off, dude.
Yeah.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Do. Singular sclerosis. I don't want model. Just give me the one, please. Eddie, Stevie, Zachy. That would be cool. Yeah. You know what? Since Zach is here, let's show a Benchmade. Lee Osborne. This one will be leaving me soon, though.
Why?
It was never mine. It was on loan.
Oh, you had it for a long time. I thought it was yours.
I kept asking when I should send it back, but it's gonna go back soon. Got the box and everything all ready to go. I do like the Osborne though. Good night, Big Red. 4 months with no Big Red though.
You didn't say 4 months.
I mean 4 weeks. A month. 4 weeks. A month. Maybe my thing is over here.
Here's something that came out this week that I've seen really mixed opinions on. Dudes like myself seem to really like it, and then I've heard a couple of people that are like, "Nah, fam, nah, that ain't me."
Nah, fam.
And that is the Dixon from McNeese.
Oh yeah, I'm in the nah fam.
Yeah, I dig it, and I like it because it's going to be big.
How big? It looks small. How big is it gonna be?
3.75 overall, 8 3/8.
Okay, well that changes things a bit.
Yeah, so I mean that's just that's a nice size knife.
Uh-oh. Hello, Jane.
Cut up chain.
How are you, buddy?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
Before it happens, don't forget, I'm probably going to freeze up a couple of times in the first 5 minutes.
That's all right, man. We need more memes.
Yeah.
Congratulations on getting your prototype, Maddie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to say something about that too, guys. You guys all know my stance.
Mm-hmm.
Fork knives are going nowhere.
It's bow-legged.
It would warm my heart, though, if you're going to purchase that kind of stuff. Purchase it from somebody who was involved in its design, its making, whatever. I would much rather know that Maddie's getting his 50 cents a knife or whatever it is that China pays than know that you bought something that nobody's getting anything. Because this whole postal worker, that's the worst excuse I've ever heard. Those guys are getting paid whether they're bringing you knives or not. Yeah.
Look, there's gas stations that have to put gas in the vehicle, and look, somebody owns that gas station.
Can I
Yeah,
kneel?
but that's still not American.
No, I know. Yeah, no, for sure, man. And again, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I've just gotten to the point. So I do agree completely with Shane, but I'm also just to the point now to where there'll be some random ones that will contradict what I'm saying here, but I know so many people that are doing so much cool shit that I don't care about anything else. Honestly, in like the knife world, there's stuff that I'll see that I'll be like, "Oh, that's cool."
Absolutely.
But if I don't have some sort of personal, if I haven't had some sort of interaction, talked with them at least, that's why I like McNeese.
I think
I'm not homies with Jonathan by any means, but I've talked to him 4 or 5 times, and he's been cool as shit every time I've talked to him.
Right.
I've gone back and forth with him on Instagram before. Again, we ain't homies. So he's not in that shilling for the homies category. But, I got 4 prototypes in right now, and it's all from, dudes that I know, and everything that I carry on me, my entire EDC outside of my torch, just because I really don't know anyone making.
Reef designed that one.
Yes. Other than that, though, from my
Thanks,
wallets, my pry bars to my, literally everything.
My treasure.
So, and that's not. I'm not.
Hopefully, Stevie, you'll feel that way about this.
I've told Keith. I told Keith his days are numbered, man.
This one's a local sale. I got to deliver it tomorrow.
Did you saw the material that I got coming your way?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's gonna look really good with the set that you want.
With the white glow liners? Yeah.
You could find. I'll look if you want me to. I've never looked. If we could find some white glow pins, so you just have the liners and the 2 dots right in the center of the scale. I think that would be.
Oh yeah.
And they may make them. I don't know. I've got some glow powder that I tried. I don't know if you want to pour pins. I mean, it's better than no pins, but it's not.
What you're getting, and well, I wouldn't expect you to. Have you made pins?
No, I've poured some pins. In other words, like this isn't one of them. Kyle's got it right now, but I would drill the holes for the pins, and I would just tape up one side and pour epoxy into the holes.
Yeah, okay.
And of course, it travels through the voids in the knife.
Right.
It's strong. It's not. I wouldn't do it on a hard use knife, but
right.
But when I tried the glow before, it didn't work like at all. I bought glow powder and it didn't. And then after talking to a wealth of information, Mike Navarro, I found out that with glow powder, you have to add. It's like 42%. It's a huge amount of powder you have to add to it. So maybe I just did it wrong.
I have a question. Brian has these right here. Could you use these for pins?
Are they 1/4 inch?
You'd have to talk to Mike to see if he would do.
I may be able to mill them to a 1/4 inch.
Right. I mean, he's got a lathe. He's got everything.
He may be able to pour them at a 1/4 inch. I don't know.
Right. So again, Maddie, that comes, the material that Brian's got comes from Outcast Blanks, who was Chromatic EDC, who was Mike.
That's right.
Mike makes it all.
Yeah, Mike makes all that stuff. So that's his own. He makes his own resins. He pours his own resins. He stabilizes and has unstabilized wood. He makes that resins with
I
Fordite.
found out recently too, Stevie, that what he's pouring is not the same thing. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get the same result. Like if I pour 3 colors of epoxy resin, I know you're tired here, but they kind of muddy up where they mix.
Right.
And I was like, "How are your lines so crisp?" And he was like, "Well, it's not epoxy resin; it's urethane resin." And as you pour it, you have to wait. And the second it hits 100 degrees, you can pour some next to it, and they'll bond, but they won't blend. So I'm gonna get some urethane resin to practice.
Maddie, he does like decorative, like tabletops and countertops and stuff, like all that too.
The fancy stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
He is certainly experience. He's a craftsman. You know,
Mike
I don't know
is-
that much about Mike, but he's been really good to me and shared information with me that, in all honesty, he probably shouldn't. He doesn't have any reason to, but
Yeah.
I think his business is good enough where it doesn't matter. I'm not going to try to make the same things Mike is making just out of respect, but I'd like to know how to do it to make slightly different stuff.
He's helped Jake out a tons. He's helped out Brian F. Mitten State. He's helped out P&W Funworks. You know, talking with him like we do, you know, on EDC Roundtable stuff. Yeah, Mike's just an awesome dude. If he wasn't so damn busy, he'd get on the lives more often. But he's got.
Hard to get on the phone.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, he's got his day job, and then he's making all that stuff. Not only is he just making the resins and the material, and you know, look, Armar Knives has used his stuff. Scott Stills has used his stuff.
This is his stuff. This
Um,
the same
Shane,
product,
I
not
put
the
it,
same colors.
right.
But this is 4-dye from him as well. And,
Yep.
and again, I don't know what it would do if you hit it with a hammer, but don't hit your fucking knife with a hammer. This isn't a
Yeah.
batonic knife.
Right.
The only knife I feel like I may have, and I'm going to let him know, if anything ever happens, ship it back to me. I'll redo it. I did pour the pins on the Alabama hammer for Troy. Everybody, all the research I've done is just as strong. I just can't wrap my head around it.
Right.
But I tried it. If it don't work, literally 2-day turnaround, I'll rescale it. But
yeah. So yeah.
But my
Then-
like if you drop this on concrete, there's a slight chance it might chip.
Right.
I can live with that, man.
I can live with that too.
But I hit a guy in the forehead with a hoe, and it dented the G10. So nothing destructible. I need to bring that on one night to show y'all that did. Kyle's seen it because I was on the phone with him when I saw it, and I noticed it was shining. I was like, "Why is it shining?" I touched it. The chunk of the dude's forehead skin flaked off of it and fell in my food that was in my lap, and I couldn't find it, so I had to throw the food away.
Dang.
Revenge is a dish best served in Shane's freaking spaghetti.
It just reminds me that I don't understand how I end up in these situations. Like I am always in a situation where something stupid. It makes for great stories. But
Right. That's how.
you just want to go to Publix, dude. You know what I mean? You just want to go do what you got to do and go home.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But I wanted to come on tonight mostly to let you guys. I know a large percentage of you guys that know me really well have been concerned about me, and for a reason. But after today, I really feel like I can put that behind me. I buried my best friend and had a really good day. I know those two things don't go together, but man, it was just the greatest. It wasn't the greatest experience I've ever had, but it was the greatest experience you can have in that situation.
Yeah. Shane straight up heckling the procession.
I didn't even think about that when I did it. How unprofessional that was.
It was the most Alabama video I think someone could have sent me.
See, the thing is, I wasn't even prepared for it.
No, I'm weren't, man.
I didn't know what was happening. I'll tell the story if y'all don't care.
Yeah.
So,
No, tell it.
For those of you who don't know, it's been a crazy week. First of all, my best friend since kindergarten, I knew he had cancer, and in the past week or so, he went, from what I understood, kind of comatose. He was unconscious 24/7, didn't respond to anything. And I was supposed to go see him Monday, didn't know that. Well, his wife called me and said, "Shane, there's no point coming up here. He's been unconscious for a few days. They don't think he's going to wake back up. You know, the end is near." So I was really upset. Then like an hour later, my phone rings, and it's his number. But I just assumed it was her calling me, because she called me from his number the first time. So I assumed it was her calling me back, and it was Steve. And I could barely hear him. And he barely got out the words, "I love you." And that's the first time he had spoke in 3 or 4 days. And man, it just wrecked me, y'all. I literally laid in bed and cried for hours, man. You know, me and Kyle talked about it. It was a very precious moment, but I just don't think I was emotionally strong enough to be in that moment. Well, it gets crazy. So I go like Thursday, I think it was. No, Wednesday. I can't remember now, man. Anyway, a couple of days later, she calls me and tells me that they don't think he's going to make it through the night. So I want to see him. You know, it's kind of my last chance. So I drove up there, and I walk into his room, and I start talking to him. And keep in mind, guys, he looks 80 at this point. He's turned gray. His face is drooping. He can't open his eyes. Can't close his mouth. He's got a trach, and he gets up out of the bed to hug my neck. Everybody freaks out. We're getting back in the bed, and I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but today, after all of it was over, his sister informs me that, because I left after that, because one, it tore me up a little bit, and two, I didn't want to be the reason he got out of bed and failed. You know, nobody wants to go through that at this point. So I decided it wouldn't be a good idea for me to be there, so I left. She said about 15 minutes later, she was sitting in there telling him, Steve, I don't know if you know this, but Shane's been in the living room just telling all kinds of stories about you. And he didn't open his eyes, and it's sad, but the very last words this man ever spoke,
I love this,
was Shane's a fucking liar. And then passed away shortly after. So I go to the funeral today, and it was your normal 20-minute little service, you know. The reason I said the viewing last night was the best one I've ever been to is because everybody showed up wearing concert tour shirts. Everybody but me. I didn't get to note. But I thought it was awesome because he's buried in a Leonard Skinner t-shirt. So, anyway, we had the service today, and they announced that there would be no graveside service. So I'm standing not knowing what to do. I was an honorary pallbearer, but and they told me, they were like, we're going to the house. He said, right before you get to my house, there's a dirt road. He said, turn on that dirt road and stop at the burnt down tractor. Go ahead, Steve.
So they don't know. I don't think you've told also where he's actually being buried.
Right. He wanted to be buried beside his mother, and the church that she went to would not allow it because he didn't go to church there, even though they owned the plot. So it was very heartbreaking, especially, again, in this time. It's not something you want to deal with. So his son went to the courthouse. It usually takes about 8 weeks for the county to approve a family cemetery on your property. And he told them, he's like, well, I'm not leaving until you sign this paper. And if you don't, I'll bring him up here and lay him out on the steps until we get it signed. 4 hours later, he had the paper signed, approved, family cemetery. So this particular plot he wanted to be buried on, he spent his whole life, they were very, very poor. These are mountain folk. And I was too when I was little. But he spent his all summer long on the side of this mountain cutting firewood. And as he got older, and his financial situation got better, he bought that side of the mountain, that big piece of property. So about 10 years ago, there was a forest fire that burned it all down. The only thing that survived was this one big oak tree. So everything around it now is just like 8-inch round pines and this one standing oak tree. So he decided he wanted to be buried underneath that oak tree. So I knew that he was going to be buried under the oak tree, but I didn't know all the details. So, and this oak tree, he had always seen deer tracks under. He was going to put a deer stand in that tree. Since he never got to do it, he wanted to be buried there. So they tell me, Stevie and Kyle both know that a couple months ago, his tractor burnt down. And his wife, bless her heart, went and bought him a brand new tractor, knowing he wasn't going to be able to use it long. But guys, he was on this tractor 2 weeks ago. That's how fast all this developed. And So they told me, said, turn down the dirt road, stop at the burnt tractor. So I did. I got there before everybody else did. So the hearse pulls up and stops at the burnt tractor. And out of the woods comes his other best friend, Bill, on Steve's tractor. He drives up to the hearse. They unload Steve out of the back of it and sit him on the forks of the tractor and ratchet strap him down. And we start walking behind this tractor as it's going through this trail. I mean, through the woods. Stevie saw the video. It's the fucking woods.
It is the woods.
The whole time, Tuesday's Gone by Leonard Skinner is playing on a JBL speaker on the tractor. So, and keep in mind, guys, this trail didn't exist 3 days ago. This is a testament to his sons and grandsons. They, by hand, cut this path through the woods and cleared this place around this big oak tree. So we get up there, and there's a spot where there's a turn that's off camber, and they knew not to even. Nobody wants to see that coffin slide off that tractor. So they stopped there and carried the coffin probably 50 feet to the tree. We get up there, and it wasn't your typical graveside service. You know, they was like, does anybody have anything they want to say? Does anybody can speak? So everybody just started telling stories, you know, their favorite story involving Steve. And I mean, we would go from squalling, crying to laughing our asses off in the matter of 30 seconds. And rambling from the woods. That would have been awesome, Stevie. So anyway, we all tell our stories, and you know, there's crying, there's laughing, and when it's over, when everybody's done telling their stories, his wife pulls out a bottle of Steve's favorite whiskey, which was Jack Daniel's Honey. She pours us all a shot, pours Steve a shot, and sets it on his coffin. And we take a shot as they're lowering him and his shot of Jack Daniels into the ground. And then his sons proceed to bury him by hand with shovels, which was, I don't even know how to put words to that, but it was epic to watch.
Yeah, man.
And then we built a campfire and continued drinking whiskey and laughed and cried and cut up, and it was the most closure I've ever had in a situation like that. It was just so beautiful and so, you know, being around people that loved him that much and realizing how much, you know, he loved us. And one of the crazy things is you start hearing these stories that, like, he has grandkids I've never met. And they would be sitting there like, oh, you're that guy that, you know, then I realized that Stevie had shared these stories with them that I didn't think he'd ever share with anybody. You know, stuff I thought we had put in a bottle and capped a long time ago. But, yeah, man, it was just awesome. And, you know, I left there feeling better than I have in a month.
Well, what I didn't say to you when I talked to you earlier today is, so I talked to you yesterday, and I talked to you today, and you sound 100 times better today than you did yesterday, man.
I feel 100 times better today. And
I can tell.
What's weird, and you know, Maddie may understand this better than some, but when you're dealing with depression like I have, and it's just this roller coaster ride, you know, you don't realize how much it affected you until you're coming out of it. Like I was telling Kyle, I was in a good mood that Sunday night, or no, that Friday night when I jumped. Oh gosh, I can't remember what night it was. When I came on and took all my grinder had quit.
Right.
Was that last Friday?
Yep.
Okay, a week ago. What you guys don't know is I laid in the bed ever since, and every time I wake up and think I need to go to the shop, I'm like, I can't go to the shop. I don't have a grinder. And then I thought, oh, and also the wire sticking out of my tire on my truck. I can't go to the shop. And then yesterday I was like, I can just go buy a tire and a grinder. You know what I mean? That never crossed my mind when I was in that state, that I could just go buy a tire and a grinder. I had the money to buy. I mean, I wasn't necessarily prepared to spend that money, but I had it. So, yeah, I went and bought the new grinder motor, got my tire fixed, and then after today, you know, I feel like I'm back. And yeah, the only thing that scares me is how many more of these do I have to go through? You know, and who's going to have to wait on me because of it? So I apologize for everybody that has waited. You know, what I'm getting at is I never realized until the past couple of days how easy it is to make up just these insurmountable excuses to not do better, or not get better. And maybe having this revelation will help in the future. I'll be able to recognize it more. But yeah,
and that's okay, man. That's okay. Yeah. Look, you could look what Brian went through.
Right. And that's why I kept telling you guys not to be
happens.
Brian. I completely understand. And if you ask Brian, what do you have to be? And don't. Promise me you never will, but if you ask him, what do you have to be depressed about? Because that was the hardest question anybody ever asked me. It wrecked me. Because when I started thinking about it, I'm like, man, and like my wife said, she's like, Shane, everywhere you go, people love you. What do you have to be depressed about? And I honestly think it made it worse. Because I realized I have zero reason to be depressed, man. I've had more opportunities and great experiences than most people ever will. And so I just, it's just a off voltage or a slightly off chemical that, it's nothing to be ashamed of, but, and I'm one of those people that I can't be medicated for it. If I take they've tried several different depression medicines on me, and it literally makes me want to die. Like, within 3 days, all I can think about is, man, I wish I'd die in my sleep. So I can't take them. But, yeah.
Well, peaks and valleys, roller coasters, man. You seemed every time, though, for someone that talks to you a fair amount, you acknowledge it a little bit quicker, and you are able to, at least have some coping skills. So blame that glow powder.
Wasn't the glow powder's fault. It was not conforming. I mean, I used the same amount of glow powder that I would use for my mica powder to color my epoxy. And he's like, oh no, it don't work like that. Because what you got to know with mica powder, in a 20-ounce cup,
you're putting
just a tiny and it colors it. And with that glow powder, you got to add a bunch of it. So. And it also feels good, that I got 6 of these on the way to call now. So I'll be able to fill some orders, and I've got a bunch of Joke Wolf and K390 that I'm ready to jump on and get scales on. And I'm also really excited because I'm acquiring some different equipment that's going to help me in the refinement of my scales. So I think me and you talked about it, Stevie. I know me and Kyle did, but I kept feeling like I was missing something. Not a talent necessarily, but I felt like there's got to be a piece of machinery that will do what I want to do here, and I didn't have it. So I'm hoping. It feels good to already have an accelerated plan towards improvement on my refine.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome, Shane.
I'm excited about that. And once again, guys, I know right now it's my buddies buying knives from me. You aren't going to buy every model I make. I can't depend on you guys to. But I'll tell you right now, man, if I make knives to the point that nobody buys them, I will still be proud of what I've accomplished. I'll just make knives for Christmas presents. That's what I'm not going to let myself get upset because it wasn't successful by whoever's measurement that is.
Yeah, man.
The guy was here earlier. I don't think he cares for me a whole lot because I hurt a lot of people's feelings when I bashed Cole a little bit. I get that, but I'm proud of that guy. He set out to do something, and people are raving about what he's doing. So I'm proud for him.
We have the same for you, Shane. Watching you out there grinding, quite literally.
Yeah, if you look at that knife that Cheeto bought for me compared to this, that's a world of difference, man. I was proud of that when I shipped it out. But it was weird, like before they even received them, like within 2 days before they even got them, I already started feeling that wasn't very good. You know.
I haven't even got a Shane knife yet. I need to.
Well, I was going to tell you that. I'd be glad to do that Orion fixed blade.
Yeah, I haven't forgot you offered. But now that I have I would like the full size one though.
I got you. We'll talk about it. The size you want. You know, there are still things I can't mill that little pocket.
No, it's okay.
At the top of the blade, kind of like a fuller.
Yeah. No, I only put that so you can flick it.
Yeah.
And it looks cool, but
yeah.
Oh.
I've done a couple of knives that I put.
Maybe I send it to Shane when I'm done.
Yeah. I made a couple of knives with holes in them that absolutely don't need it. But I like the way they look, so you know.
Yeah, Cheeto, he said I think it was months ago when I started talking about it.
This is why Cheeto's an asshole. Have you seen that design, Stevie?
I have not seen it.
Listen, it's not.
Cheeto's done you a favor. Cheeto's done you a favor and hasn't shown it.
Right. It's the transition of two swedges at a particular point that every time I look at it, it makes me a little sick in my stomach. I could do it. It might be the 10th try. But yeah, that knife really needs to be CNC. Okay. And Cheeto will never let me live it down.
All right. Extreme Cottonmouth. I gotta go get more.
Yep.
And I'm gonna mute myself so I don't freak Zoe's friends out again.
There you go.
Gotta do it.
Stevie's taking a shit. Yes, he's taking a big old shit.
Matt, are you doing Mental Health Fun Days? Is that every now and then thing?
I wanted to do them often, but Sharif doesn't have time to do them all the time. So he said, like, when I have a Monday off, we should do a live. And
I don't know how to do it. I shared a lot on the internet. I'm in a situation where I feel like, you know, if I started from the beginning,
what's up, Gareth?
It might be oversharing, and I just don't know if I want to put all that out there. You know what I mean? It's a lot, man. It's a big old whole lot.
That's all right. If you ever want to come on and share however much you want, you're always welcome.
Tell you what we'll do, Matty. Why don't we do this? Why don't we jump on StreamYard one day and record it?
Okay.
And then we'll let it settle a little bit, talk about it and think about it, and decide if it's something we want to put out there for the world to see.
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
I think that might be easier on me. And you know, maybe we can even, because it's going to get ugly.
Yeah.
You know, I might want to edit some of it here or there. But yeah.
I like the mental health stuff. And the people that have already come on, like Lungbone and all them, sharing. And
I've never seen one, Eddie. And I know that sounds horrible, and you probably don't believe me, but I'm telling you, YouTube has shadow banned you and Lefty on my channel. I literally have to type word for word what I'm looking for it to come up. Tonight, I had to type in your full name, your channel. This little thing popped up with your channel on it and an older video, but the live wasn't there. So I had to go to your channel, and then the live wasn't even the first block. I had to like scroll over to find that you're live. It's that way every time.
Wow.
And it's been this way for 2 years. You and Lefty, for some reason. I don't know.
I don't want to be in Lefty's pocket. Just kidding.
Yeah.
That's weird. So when you come to join us, you actually work hard to come see us.
Huh?
You actually work hard to come see us then.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Danson, yes. And Palmer, more than welcome.
Danson, I'm going to say this, dude. I haven't met a single person that, regardless of who it is, whether it's a professional, a friend, anybody, even if they break down an ugly cry in the middle, I've never talked to anybody who's told me that after talking to somebody about it, they didn't feel a little better. Like sometimes, man, you just gotta. It's like part of that trauma comes out with the words. Sometimes you just got to put it out there. You know, your only hope is that you can put it out there with somebody that's never going to hold it against you. You know, because I've had that happen. I've shared stuff with people, and then every time I had an issue with something that was going on, it was, well, that's just because you're crazy. You know, you have this or you have that. So, you know, that's why this situation, even when I fully knew it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
So it can be dangerous, but if you find the right people, it definitely helps to share.
I would never hold anything against anybody.
I've got more people here. I've got more people here than I do in my real life that I can share with.
Same.
You know, I share stuff with Stevie and Kyle and Javon that, you know, that I don't share with everybody else. You know, I know they're not going to hold it against me,
and there's that. I mean, if that works for you.
Yeah.
Hey, what up, Garrett?
I grew up where like you keep your mouth shut, you deal with your problems on your own,
right.
and you just move on. But growing up, I've learned no, that's not the way to be.
You know, what's weird? I have a lot of my buddies that talk about, you know, our granddads never shared their problems. But I think there's something missing there, because I firmly believe that hard work produces some chemical in your mind that battles, maybe even defeats depression. I think it releases some dopamine that helps you through that. And I think it was just that they didn't have time. You know, they were always working so hard that they didn't experience the same emotions that we do. You know, times were different. I don't know. But I agree. I don't think for everybody burying it's dangerous, because I tried. And I actually succeeded for 25 years. I mean, it wasn't until I started pondering my I can't remember the word. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't apologize. It's okay.
Yeah, anyway, it wasn't until I started thinking, you know, realizing that I could die soon. That's when it really kicked in, you know, and got hard.
Hey, who is Pastor Tanks?
I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about either.
I've been trying to follow along, but Pastor Tanks, I'm not smelling what you're stepping in, my brother.
Yeah, I don't understand what he's typing. My house 100 bands and their house 100 milli. I guess we don't understand that too, and I don't know what all that means.
I don't know.
Maybe your pops didn't have those feelings.
So,
you know, like I said, I really think physical exertion is the best medicine for.
On a similar note, you know, a couple weeks ago, I had one of my a guy that I worked with for many, many years, who I hadn't seen in a while. He just passed away, and his service is next week, next Saturday. But his daughter sent me some pictures that I have never seen before, and I officiated his wedding.
Can't stand 100%.
Is that you in the black t-shirt?
Yeah.
Sure. God, that don't even look like you, Stevie.
I'm 22 years old in that picture.
Wow. And this guy's passed away?
Yeah, that guy right there, the groom, Brian.
He's a good-looking dude, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's the same. It's gonna be fun because me and a couple of the other guys that we all worked together. The guy whose company we worked for, I got in touch with him, and he's gonna be coming. And we have some really fun stories to tell with Ryan. I told Maddie and Jake and Joe when I found out that he passed away, his daughter was like, hey, he's got one more night to live. If you want to come see him, you can. And I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
But
is it cancer?
I said, yeah. He went quick, but he's the same guy that I pushed off a cliff. I literally pushed him off a cliff into a big old pile of topsoil that we had just dumped.
Yeah.
I watched him get a concussion from slipping on dog shit and slipping and falling and hitting his head. But we're gonna have some fun stories to tell. That's gonna be an interesting service for sure.
Who's Beardless Stevie?
I don't know. I showed that picture one time. One time I showed that picture.
Instantly.
Within 2 minutes, Beardless Stevie was an account.
Huh.
I know who it is.
Oh, do you?
Is it Cheeto?
It's either Cheeto or I'm guessing it's either Cheeto or it's Cole. But Cole's kind of a default answer at this point.
Cole is the default answer.
Yeah. If it's somebody being funny and smart assy, it's probably Cole. Yeah.
Or maybe it's Kyle.
Could be.
Also,
I would say with 100% honesty, though, that if it's Kyle, he hasn't shared it with me.
Speaking of, I did talk to Tri-State today.
Did you?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I sent him a message saying, Stevie, aka Game Owner, sends his regards. And he was like, I could not figure out who it was. He's like, it's hilarious that you did that.
Yeah.
But loved trolling today on that post with one of the guys that had posted. He goes, who's Cole? I was like, oh, that's Tri-State's real name. I know he wants to comment.
You're talking about the thread you and I were in?
Yeah.
He asked that because he's always smart ass because I spell his name wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's why
he doesn't understand that he's not OG enough to know that a long
that
time
is
ago, I spelled it out. Yeah. He really hates being irrelevant. If you want to piss that guy off, just make him irrelevant.
That's my balls.
There's my balls.
For his beard.
I hope that they do the challenge. I want to see what Stevie's going to give away.
I don't know. Like I said, and I'm not really thinking about it, but I know that I have plenty of cool things that whatever someone gets it, I will find something cool.
What was the challenge?
So I said if someone creates a Dasma Balls account and is able to produce a glorious moment like
hey Gabe Owners, Mike Hawkhurts.
Wing and Casey to be like, hey, Dasma Balls. I will find something cool to give away. I mean, I'll do a knife, flashlight, multiple knives. But you got to pull it off. It's not just an A for effort. You got to pull it off.
So you're talking about kind of the same situation. They got to say it without realizing it. And then
Right.
be embarrassed.
And you're gonna have to give it a minute. This is a long game here.
Right.
He knows he's on the attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see right here? You gotta wait a little bit.
Yeah. Don't
you do it tomorrow,
so fast. It was a good.
We talk about the mods in this community and how over seriously they're taking these jobs.
Sometimes they can. What I find, so on every live that I've done from the Honey Bucket, someone eventually comments, "What the hell is going on with all these mods?
Yeah.
You only talk to mods?" Like, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I didn't realize it.
For 5 years, yeah, they don't get it.
Right. But in some of those channels, yeah, they really they go nuts, man.
But they don't realize that I do things like that a lot of times. I've already put thought into it, and it's kind of like a social experiment with me. Like when I went on to Tri-States talking about the fake Chinese steels, that was a test that he clearly failed, because as a maker or a designer, you really should care if your knife's being made in what you're told it's being made in. But he cared more, him and his community cared more about his reputation than what the truth actually was. That's very telling of somebody. You know, I'm not, I don't have anything against him. I just wanted to see if he cared to know that he had been lied to, or could have been lied to, whatever. What you thought yourself? What was that?
Well, did you guys see Kyle's face reveal on the TS Pro?
Yeah, that's Kyle. I talk to him all the time. That's 100% Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
TS Prof even commented back, Kyle, Clean Works Quality Sharpening, recently working at TS Prof Factory all this time. So this is what Klingon Works Sharpening looks like.
And Ed, not at all.
No. And I talked to Cole. That's what was weird when everybody was so
get it twisted.
Cole and I were talking on the phone. He still tells me he loves me when he hangs up. We do not have an issue. Now,
Don't get it twisted.
Right. If I hang a hook out there and Cole decides to jump on it, that's not out of hate, and that's not on me. You know, it was just like the egg post that I made, and all I said was thanks, Biden. Well, that could be taken two ways. If there was a serious public health threat, and they had to kill all those chickens to keep us safe, and therefore eggs went up because of it, that's not a negative knock against the guy.
Right.
I'm not saying it wasn't serious. I don't know the facts. But I just put that out there to see who would flip out about it. And of course, the guy that I knew would flip out about it, flipped out about it.
Yeah, don't look. I touched on it a little bit the other night. It's not people. People are quick to, and I'm not saying you, Ed. I'm not pointing my finger at you, but people are quick to think because you talk a little bit of shit once in a while, or you throw a couple of jabs once in a while, that you hate the person. Couldn't be further from the truth, man. I've had a lot of people assume that, and what they also don't know is, look, I'm not best friends with Cole by any means, but every time I've seen Cole, we've talked. I've also ribbed him in person. Yeah. You know, like when I walked up to him, I'm like, "Are you lost, little boy?"
Very well.
Yeah, he's a good sport about it, and we've talked. And but there's also been some fuckery out there. And you know,
yeah.
I'm not going to shy away from that type of stuff, but it has nothing to do.
Cole loves to joke about me being a dumb redneck. I don't think I'm as dumb as people think I am.
I mean,
but
so
I
that's why
don't let it hurt my feelings.
I put it out there. He made that post. Can we not take ourselves so seriously?
And then takes it seriously.
But no, I mean, look, I'll play the. So it is a little edited, but I'll play the.
Game owners. Game owners. How you doing? He got me.
Got him!
Shit! Damn it! Yeah! You got me, you son of a bitch. Huh? You son of a bitch. Are you proud of yourself? Huh? You happy now? Son of a bitch. I love Gabe, you got me. You got me, but damn it.
He took that with grace.
That's how you should have reacted to the situation.
100%. 100%. That's how I'm hoping people are going to take it.
Maybe I've made a mistake by every time I talk about this, I bring up the Cole situation. Guys, I've been in this situation multiple times. It's not just Cole. You know, I said some hurtful things about how Bees conducts his channel. I still don't like those things. I would fight you to defend Brian, though.
Right.
In person, I would help him whip your ass if it was needed. That's just the truth. I love him to death. You know, I don't have to agree with everything that you do on your channel and how you conduct yourself. You know, and it does bother me a little bit that so many of his followers just despise me because of that, when he doesn't despise me. You know, and I did think it was odd that, you know, when Kyle went on there, Kyle and I went in there talking about the Eric Lesser interview about the Chinese-made steels. His next live stream, he kind of angrily talked about the fact that Kyle and I came in his live stream spreading fake news, and he didn't appreciate it, that's not at all what Eric said. So I commented after the fact, you know, what fake news did I spread? And his reply was, hey man, I'm sorry I didn't have all the facts. I appreciated that. But the thing is his people don't know that. So they still think that I came in there spreading. Yeah, and I don't expect him to make a statement about it, but you know, a lot of his people still think that I came in there telling lies, but even now he knows that I did and admits that I didn't. So yeah. Y'all should fight shirtless. Yeah. I ain't fighting Bees. If Bees puts his hips into a punch, you a dead dude, man.
You are definitely Bees got that cake.
Yeah, Bees definitely has the cake. Yeah. And I don't know how I feel. I mean that's, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I actually do still enjoy Cole's live sometimes. I don't listen to anything he says about a knife. I don't go to him for any information on knives. I still think he's funny. That's why I go there.
Well, my biggest issue with Cole, since we're all airing it out, is I like Cole a lot. He's a cool dude. But I didn't like his transformation to like being a small, funny channel guy to like begging for money, and then his like crew attacks everyone, and it got annoying.
Yeah.
I miss the old Cole where he would just chill and hang out, have fun.
That and his hard stance lately on I can't support anything right wing. Man, I don't give a shit who you vote for. Why does that have to even be? I don't even need to know. You know what I mean? Like, I had a guy that all of a sudden doesn't like me because he thinks I voted for somebody. Never crossed that man. I did realize later that I was using his live stream name. Never crossed my mind that Weekly Grind, somebody was already using that. But other than that, I never crossed Grumpy. So why he decided to hate me because Orange Man won an election, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. You know?
Ouchie, yeah, that's what made me. It's like a hurt almost disappointment. Like, you're such a cool dude. You were the chosen one. Yeah. And then yeah,
so
like
I got eyebrows, but you're 100% right. I'm really getting really self-conscious about them because they're getting so thin that I almost don't have any. To go along with my lack of ears, that's going to look really funny.
And I'll just say this. I don't want to bring it up because it's been talked about plenty of stuff. There's also other fuckery with that dude from, you know, early on that people have forgotten about.
Yeah. I weren't even around for it.
I got 4 words for you. Hollow be thy grind.
Yeah, that was a dick move too.
But I literally remember the morning he went live with the church in the background and acted like it was a church service. I remember people losing their shit They were so heavily offended by what he did, and those same people are staring there buying him fucking lunch and having it Uber Eats too. You know.
I'd have to go back and find it somewhere. But the live stream where he finally was like, look, I came out, I didn't do it, but the Hollow Be Like Grind shirt that I did with Gary came out before he did any of that.
Right.
And when he revealed his Hollow Be Like Grind stuff, and then he was like,
Paul, that's not the.
You're already doing it? And I was like, yeah, that wasn't your idea, dude.
Yeah, Paul, Hollow Be Like Grind is not Cole's. Patina Turner made that.
Patina has. And
I State stole it.
And I'm not saying he read it and it was just imprinted in his mind.
Right.
It may not have been on purpose, but he certainly caught, because it had been said many times before Cole ran.
Yes.
And it's okay, I guess, but I don't know.
We even Googled it to see if that phrase existed, and Google came up with 0. Patina Turner made it. And then your other friend tried stealing it too.
He's not my friend. Look, some of that stuff is also parallel thinking, I think.
Yeah.
But
$1
Patina said it.
Sue his ass.
Patina said it in. It was one of Red's EDCs. Remember Red?
God Almighty, I forgot. I'm glad I forgot about Red. But yeah,
Patina said that, and as soon as he said that, I was like, dude, that's got to be a shirt. That's got to be a shirt. Got to be a shirt.
And Stevie had designed it with Gary, like right away.
I paid Gary to design that, and then the proceeds from it went to Knife Rights. Now, like for a shirt sold, I literally donated like $12 to Knife Rights on those. And look, I don't want to turn this into a bashing thing, so I mean we can move on. But that's the other fuckery that I was gonna,
pot pie.
That's a legit thing. But anywho, what do you think Red's up to these days?
Probably eating pot pie.
Probably no good.
You don't think he finally got sick of it?
Guys, I just hate pot pie, but I went to
life is miserable. All I do is eat pot pies, and Betty's like, "Why don't you try eating something else then?"
I will give him this, dude. When I reached out, I was like, "Hey, man, send Aiden his fucking Microtech back. That's not cool." And he was like,
"Yeah,
no, I like it too much. I'm not giving it back."
That's it. I got the screen somewhere. I still have the screen capture. That's exactly what he said. Because when he was like, "This is a bullshit community. I'm out of here," and I was like, "Motherfuckers gave you shit, dude." And Aiden, who is one of the dopest dudes in the community, and has been around since day one. Aiden is super, super awesome. Sent him his SOCOM. So I was like, "All right, man." So I have the conversation that I had with him is, how much can I buy your SOCOM for? I'm going to buy it back and give it to Aiden, hoping that he would be like, "You know what? I probably shouldn't sell it. You're right. Let me give it back to Aiden."
But you wouldn't pay.
Right.
Yeah.
But his response was the exact same thing. Like, "No way, man. That's one of the coolest knives I own."
And the bad thing is, Aiden won't even badmouth him about it. Aiden's
No,
just
he won't. He
It's
won't.
no big deal. Just let it go. And I was like, Aiden loaned me a $650 knife. He was the first person to loan me a super expensive knife when I started my channel. He was having a knife sharpened by Imler, XM24, and had Imler ship it straight to me. I did a video on it, and Sawtooth Dave bought it, so it never went back to him. But the fact that he didn't know who I was or anything, and this is another good point, guys. This is why Aiden is one of the best of us. Aiden is still buddies with Mike Embler.
Right.
Odd on there. He goes in there all the time. He knows most of us don't like Embler. Does he hold that against us? Absolutely not.
No.
He doesn't care. He's, and that's the way everybody should be about nearly every topic. Hey, man, it's okay for you to think or believe this. I can still be friends with you. Maybe we should talk about that.
Yep.
Aiden is where Embler's lives are where I met Aiden.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized Nuz also. I was like, oh, hey, Nuz from Grateful Panics. He's like, oh, hey, what's up? That's how me and Nuz talked more.
Right.
But yeah, no.
Red
Red
was
lives.
the first channel I ever went to solely to talk to the chat. Like,
Yeah.
what was going on screen, I really didn't care at all. I was just there for the chat. But, man, it got to a point where I couldn't ignore it anymore.
But Red would like set up on the floor, like of his living room in front of his like recliner, and just be like, "Man, I wish I had this. I wish I had that." And everyone's like, "All right, man, let's cheer you up a little bit. Here is all this stuff that you're asking for."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Hey, can I have this? Hey, can I have that? Hey, I'll never forget when JN had sent some cookies out to some of us." And he's like, "I don't got any cookies. Why didn't you send me cookies?" He's like, "That, that's bullshit, man." That's when we're like, "Ah, man, we created a monster."
I guarantee you, and no offense to people in the chat from these places, he was either from Wisconsin or Minnesota, wasn't he?
Oof.
I'm leaning on Wisconsin.
No. He was somewhere in the South.
All I'm saying about Wisconsin is y'all need to police your people.
Right.
Red? You talking about Red?
There, but y'all are surrounded by garbage.
Yeah,
I
Red.
think Red was in Ohio.
Ohio.
I
That's
think we
right.
went there with Ohio.
Could it be that Kyle is actually red?
Oh my God.
Kyle, what's your stance on pot pies? Do you hate them but still buy them?
Do you still have, Kyle, do you have a honey badger?
Yeah.
I'll never forget. That was the funniest thing, dude, where he was talking about a honey badger. And I was like, oh, I got a honey badger I can send you to check out. And he got it. And on the live stream, he's like, this is really cool, man. Stevie gave me this. And I was like, well, wait a second. No, I said you could check it out.
Yeah.
Look, it was a $20 knife, so I was just like, whatever. But he just started expecting things.
I know. For his birthday, I gave him a Solaris and had Joe make him that.
Joe make that red slip for it.
It was a sweet slip too.
And then he lashed out at you, and that's when I was like,
Yeah. After I sent him that crap.
Kyle's response.
He's doing an awful lot of denying for a guy who likes and hates.
But we can also talk about people in this community who do great things, like my very much loved Tucson, gifted to me by Mr. Derek, who's in the comments right now.
Yep. Zach stuff, the embodiment.
That people would think I wouldn't like this knife just because of my stance. But man, this was a very thoughtful gift. I will cherish it.
Heck yeah.
And I will admit, dude, this grind is fucking excellent. The grind on this blade is fucking excellent, man. I wish I knew how to do this. It's probably a machine thing.
You're right. Elf 2.0.
Hey, I forget. Yeah, I have seen Kyle's face. Never mind. He's not red.
Elf 2.0.
That was the moment that I knew that Vince actually had serious mental issues when he was convinced that Kyle was lazy. Like, I thought it was a joke. And then I was at his house. I was like, Vince, you don't really believe that, do you? He's like,
yeah.
Same person. I'm like, oh my God.
And look, everybody had that moment with Vince when we were all like, whoa, what? no, wait a second. Like, this was a goof, dude. And he's like, no, no, I'll bet. We're like, dude, what are you talking about, man? And he's like, no, I'm telling you.
And again, not bashing Vince. He's just he's a little eccentric. Or whatever you want to call it.
Ed Zach stuff.
I will say though, that woman definitely caused her share of havoc before it's over with.
Yeah, Zach's JB.
Yeah.
If you still live in a state where you can look it up, Lacey Desires.
No.
I'm telling you, man, that thing goes from her butthole to her belly button.
I hate that description.
It's the anybody that's seen it will tell you it's 100% true. It looks like it caught on fire and somebody put it out with an axe.
Hey, to answer another question, and I'm not as close with him as I was in the past. But another guy, Ed, is, and I think that he'll probably end up watching this. Is Uncle F and Cal.
Yep.
Shout out to Josh and Uncle Cal, who despised Red, if I can remember correctly.
He did.
Or took issue with Red.
If you make Uncle Cal hate you, you have to be a pretty shitty person.
Right.
Yep.
I would say shout out to the Uncle Cal Army, and he's another awesome dude that if someone were to be like, yeah, I'm just not feeling the Uncle Cal, I'd be like, all right, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like I can't trust your judgment anymore. So he's definitely shout out Uncle Cal.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty good description, buddy.
That's
it's only funny if you really knew her and you pay attention to her in chat, how she would make fun of how she would body shame other women. That's what makes it so funny. And then, like, everything that she would talk about was disgusting on another woman. She had it too.
I never really. She won a giveaway. Someone gifted her a membership.
She's good at winning giveaways.
And she won a giveaway. She won I did a Kershaw bare knuckle or something. Or no, I did a Kershaw dividend, and she won that. Then I bought one of her emulsions.
Was it junk?
It spilled. It got clogged up. The little sprayer got clogged up like after like 2 or 3 pumps, and I had taken it off and I was going to put a new thing on it. It's back when I was on my outside with it, and I knocked it over, and it all.
Dude, I shook it. I got so sick of it clogging that I shook it up and poured it on my strap. And I'm telling you, as soon as it dried, all the shit just fell off. It was garbage.
But I want that new Benchmade Bedlam when I get some. Yeah, that's that Bedlam was pretty dope.
Her diamond emulsion stuff is not any good. There's really good diamond emulsion out there, but do not buy hers. She made it herself, and I'm not making fun. Maybe it was a learning curve, but it did not work.
Did I? Toyota, you were around last night, right? Did you see this?
You talking about the honey bucket? I was there for it.
So
yeah, Toyota.
Oh yeah.
Picked up the new.
I'm pretty sure he was there. I remember him talking.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. It's pretty gnarly.
You picked that up? How much you bench?
Did you stretch first?
Yeah. You could have. You have to show this. Dang it. At least I'm skinny in that picture. I have some sweet thigh muscles right there.
You got a nice little package bulge there going on too.
Yeah. You have to tuck it though.
Yeah.
You kind of pee on your own butthole.
Look at that's product placement right there.
Yeah.
That is product placement right there.
If that don't sell, I don't know what will.
Oh.
You guys are awful.
We are. Yeah. But only to each other.
That's when I really knew that I'd been accepted, was when somebody started making memes of me. The one Stevie did of me taking my shirt off was pretty awesome. Now derived from a happier Gary. Oh, Gary's been on a little bit of a knife kick lately, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Gary will be like, yeah, I don't buy knives. I don't really like knives. And then, boom, like he's gone on a tear of like getting some baller knives.
Yeah.
This is this was the other one though. I wish I would have taken video. So I'm standing in the middle of the Walmart's aisle.
Are those butt plugs?
Yeah.
In Walmart?
In Walmart.
I had no idea.
To my back though is all the tampons and maxi pads. And as I'm taking this picture, I took, I don't know how many, I deleted a couple, but I'm standing there trying to frame it right, and I turn around over my shoulder, and there's two ladies in the aisle just kind of stared at me as I'm holding up my phone trying to take it in front of the butt plugs.
This is my low effort one, but it makes me
That
laugh.
was pretty fucking good, Maddie. That was actually pretty good. I did that that face filter thing where it ages you 20 years, and I'm telling you, it looks exactly like that. Exactly. Let's see if I. Well, no, I'd have to.
All I had to do was just change the name, and it fits perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost left the studio. Whoops. Good night, Todd. I forgot to ask what your second supper was, but good night.
That's good.
That's from your glitches.
Yeah.
Nighty night, Todd.
But what was funny was the timing.
Yeah.
You made it because of the glitches, and then when all that stuff happened, it fit perfect. Yeah. It was good. That Pastor Tanks dude's still here.
Yeah. I'm trying to piece together what they're.
I haven't understood anything he said, though.
Tell us about yourself, Pastor Tanks. This is a dude that was Thanos. It was Shane.
Did you guys enjoy the whole Marvel universe? But it seemed like it was the end. Like it was the end of good movies. Like when that was over, wow. I haven't enjoyed anything since.
I'm just waiting for more to come out.
Well,
I think
this month.
I think the new Daredevil comes out soon, and I think did Hulk just come? The new
that day's good.
I know the one with. They're kind of second-rate Marvel characters, though. I can't even remember what it's called now. It was like Black Widow's dad and a couple other people. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I didn't watch some of those.
Yeah.
It's going good, Derek. Today, I rejected pizza and donuts at work.
You can have pizza.
Not on keto.
Yes, you can.
Well, yeah, but not what they had.
No, you can. You just buy the damn. Have you ever ate the cauliflower crust Man, it's really good. It's got more flavor than the bread does. I was I hate cauliflower.
But this was at work. They just had
good.
They just had the slices. I didn't have a cauliflower crust.
Oh, okay.
But they brought in donuts for the therapists. They were chocolate with sprinkles. They were soft and fluffy.
That's rough, dude.
So I got that one, but then
If I want a body like that,
yeah.
Why's my head leaning? Is it so big I can't hold it up straight? I mean, with that body, it makes sense. That body would not support that head.
Poster tanks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, where's the other one?
Oh, you saw it tonight, Ethan. Ethan ruined papers.
Let's not forget this one.
Cheeto can rock it.
That's Cheeto.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
That's when Cheeto was at the circus and got his face painted.
Oh.
And then let's definitely not forget the best one that it turned out the best.
Yeah. Mom!
And I made sure
everybody yells at his mom.
I know, Ron.
It was on the small.
I'll never get the time. You're doing a live stream and she brought him in a plate of snacks. That's so funny.
Damn it, no. I saw like the Avengers, and then I don't even think I saw Iron Man 3. I definitely didn't watch most of it.
Well, during that time, though, even the bad ones were still fun.
Yeah, I think they're fun movies. Like, oh, dude, that would never happen, or that's not how it happened in the comic books.
Right.
They're just fun movies, you know, in my opinion, anyway. But once in the world of Marvel, the whole multiverse thing, it's hard for me to wrap my head around.
Yeah, Derek, I did see that. That was pretty funny. Good cauliflower crust. Oh,
I'm also really weird. Like I don't watch full movies anymore unless I'm like at the theater. I watch like 10-minute sections.
You don't even have to explain yourself. We know, dude.
Okay.
We know.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know you're weird. The deal I got today. After the funeral was over, I got free eggs.
Ooh.
Yeah, like $15 worth.
Duck eggs? Duck eggs or chicken eggs?
Oh, a pack of neighborhood dogs killed his duck. But even still, you know, farm fresh eggs are still 5 times better than grocery store eggs.
I do this out, G. I actually have some in there.
You know, I used to, and then I realized, like, I don't even need that. Like, I just make the pizza, like the sauce, the cheese, and the meats and the veggies.
Also, do you ever do the chicken crust?
I have. I don't like trying to make things what they're not, because it just makes me want the real thing even more. So I just cut it out.
I will agree with that mostly, but I think the cauliflower crust gets a pass. I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I had one. Costco's got one that's not bad. I won't say
upcharge here if you want cauliflower crust, but
I won't say that it's better than.
I think I don't like the texture as much because I'm not a thin crust guy, but I think it tastes better. Like the restaurant here that serve it, it's so full of herbs and spices that it's almost like a brownish green color, but it tastes really, really good.
Huh. Maybe I'll have to check it out.
No, you won't. Don't lie.
Well, hey, dudes.
Yeah.
It's late.
Yeah.
3 hours and 8 minutes.
It's late, and that wall, I've hit it.
I understand.
And I still got cotton mouth like crazy.
That's because you smoked dope.
Fucking druggos.
Yeah.
The
One thing before we go, though, do you remember the meme of Thanos and the White Walker, and it said, "These two are going to kill everybody you love this weekend"? That was
Right.
so good.
Yeah.
So good. One of them came true.
Yep. Yeah.
Javon.
I've been considering. I still haven't finished the last season of House of the Dragon. But
That's perfect.
Brian, you never answered my question from like 2 hours ago.
Oh, Brian, you're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was unexpected. That was pretty good. Good timing, Brian.
I sent him a Kunwu meme a long time ago. I think he liked it. It had Aquaman in it.
I last Friday when I went to breakfast with Work Knife Balance, he had ordered the Metal Complex knife, and as the Kunwu Padre, as he handed it to me, and as I looked at it, all I could think of, I was like, I have to take a picture of this, and Brian is not gonna like this. But that's a good one.
Thank you, Kyle.
But yeah. Oh, hey. I know I said I'm gonna go, but then I got all these questions. Javon, who was that dude you had on earlier? That was a knife maker.
It was Shed Knives.
Shed Knives. I didn't hear who it was, or
Who is
I literally, right as I was getting on, is when he was leaving.
who is currently heat treating his blades.
Okay.
There's that.
Just in time, we're
But
just about to end it. We've been on for 3 hours.
it may be opinionated, but there's little to no difference in the toughness of 154 at 58 or 61. So the fact that he's running it at 58.
Yeah.
That's one of our problems, though, is that we like to take a small piece of fact and just apply it to everything. Sorry, Stevie.
No, man. I needed to finish this off anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Seemed like a nice dude, Javon, and it was a good interview. I'm out of here. Love you guys. See y'all Sunday.
Talk to you soon.
We're at it at 2.
All right, mofos. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Valentine's Day. No SKL tomorrow, but you do have loot. 10 T-Rex. Make sure you check out knifetubeschedule.com for all your
We're ending it.
Content needs. And hey, there was some mention of a SMZKL, perhaps.
Hey,
No, we'll have to talk through that.
I'm down for that. If Zach is serious, I'm down.
Yeah, I'd be down for that too.
Yeah,
So,
hang out with Zach. Have fun up. Good night.
And then, as you heard, Edgy American Blades will be on for Shop Talk on Sunday with what's his name? Fucking Donnie. All right. Yeah. Anyone I didn't name, go F yourself.
Maybe
And-
Mental Health Monday.
Ooh, maybe a Mental Health Monday.
But everyone, good night. Oh, Brian, it's late now, but I texted it to you a while ago. But we can show it on Wednesday. But everyone, good night. And we'll all see you tomorrow.
See you when we see you.
Bye, everybody.
Oh.